What's up, everybody? Stacking Surfer here, and I'm excited for today's live stream. We have some great guests, but I don't know that I fixed my audio. There we go. That should make the audio a little better. I've got three amazing guests today, so we're going to do kind of a panel. I am a little bit under the weather from working insanely hard this week at my day job, and then I had a lot of great interviews this week. Everybody wanted to do the interviews this week. And so hopefully you guys saw some of those good videos. We'll talk a little bit about those today to get your questions as well. So if you have any questions, go ahead and type in all caps. That makes it easier for me. If you can't do that on your device, then just put, I don't know, question and then a colon and then, put your question down. It'll help us find it. But we want to answer as many of your questions as we can tonight. We're going to talk about gold, silver, platinum. I want to talk about the miners a little bit, okay? Some of you guys probably saw my video that just came out on mining. We're going to talk a little bit about stupid fake AI channels too. There's good ones out there as well, guys, that can be beneficial and helpful, but most of them, especially the one that has the same guy going around, which isn't even a real person, is fooling a lot of people. So we'll hit that a little bit. We're going to talk a lot about platinum, guys. There's a secret that's going on about platinum right now that I think is important for all of you guys to understand. And then we're also going to be asking the questions to our panelists here, okay? So we're going to have fun with that. Now, I don't have the coin out, but I do have my box here by me, so I hopefully will find it in here. But we're getting really close to hitting 17,000, okay? So I said we would do some silver if we hit 15,000. If we hit 16,000, we would do even more silver, like 5 ounces of silver. And if we can get to 17,000 by December 31st, midnight, and we're going to be doing a live stream at that time, guys. But if we do that, then there'll be a 10th ounce gold giveaway. I don't know anybody else right now giving away a 10th ounce of gold this year for their channel. So let's get it there. Let's get it to 17,000. We're not that far off. All right, I'm going to bring our guests up. So a lot of you will remember this guest. Boom, Nick's Coins.
Hi.
How many of you remember Nick? So Nick has been busy fixing the country. She's been busy trying to do a lot of things to fix our country. And she's also been up there keeping Bigfoot at bay. So, Nick, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
It's good to see everybody that's in the chat.
There are so many people. We're going to talk to a lot of people today in the chat here. And we're streaming two ways, Nick. We're streaming vertically on people's cell phones. This.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Like this.
Yeah.
And then we're also streaming horizontally like this for computers and stuff.
Nice.
So we've got that. All right, you guys got a little glimpse of Mrs. Surfer there for a second. And then we've got another guest coming up.
Hi, Mrs. Surfer.
What's up, everybody?
Shawn, how are you doing? So today we're going to talk a little about these guys right here. What's that?
Got one.
I don't know. Noah's Ark rounds?
Oh,
No.
I don't know.
No, you got to go platypus. You got to go platypus or die right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't see it.
Hold on. Focus. Focus, Daniel, son.
It's coming. But Shawn's going to be our expert. Nick's going to be our expert talking about coin in general. She knows a lot about coins, folks. We've got Shawn on here to talk a little bit about platinum, and then we're going to bring OC Stacker in here. And we don't know what OC Stacker even looks like, but he is real. I have met him before.
He's invisible.
He is invisible. He has no face. It's just blank.
We think he's real.
He's blank.
Yeah, he's pretty real. So anyway, we're going to, with OC Stacker, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on just with metals in general and buying and selling. We've done a little bit of that recently. And folks, I got to tell you, it's interesting. I kind of always figured you'd have a market and it would be easy to sell gold and silver, no problem. And, you kind of always figure that the spot price is the real price of gold and silver. But I'm going to tell you right now, the spot price is not real. It is just kind of a guideline that's going on. And I'm going to give you an example of it. Shawn, how much over spot price right now are platinum 1 ounce coins going for?
Since the last time we did our video back in October of last year, platinum has literally gone up over $1,000.
So it's gone up 1,000, but how about the premium on those coins?
The premiums have gone up just slightly little bit, just because the cat's out of the bag and scarcity is getting to the point where, you know, your local coin stores who normally had it in the back and no one was interested in it, it's to the point where people have already been interested and there's nothing in the back anymore. So yeah, premiums gone a little bit crazy, especially when it comes to these guys here, little 10th ounce, sorry, I'm below budget. Bear with me, my volume and my data, you know, it is what it is. But this is a 10th ounce platinum kookaburra. Recently, for this live stream, decided to go to our the guy at Max that, you know, I'm not sponsored by, and anyway, I don't need to talk bad about him, but looked at what they are charging for one of those compared to everybody else in the premium of the spot price.
It's a lot. And for a 1 ounce, I'm seeing prices around $250 premium. And on the flip side, I'm going to go down to OC Stacker here. How much are the smelters, you know, looking to buy, or even the coin shops looking to buy silver at?
Well, we have that graph that I just actually we can all go look at Silver Seeker. He does a fantastic job showing in the examples. It was anywhere between, I think it was $4 or $5 all the way down to $6.75 back. And that was done 2 or 3 days ago. And then I'm just catching word now that it's getting worse. I mean, you were with me with the smelter yesterday. They don't even want to buy. We walked in with silver and they did not want it. They got nobody to sell it to. So
that's interesting. So, you know, the way I'm looking at it is platinum spot price is decoupled from the physical platinum from the physical platinum price by $250. That's the premium that's going on there, right? For buying. When you go to sell it, I'm not sure because I don't know anybody that's selling platinum at the moment, but I hear that they're paying above spot price. So that would tell you that the physical price is higher than spot price for platinum. However, the fact that they're giving you way less for silver tells me that the silver physical price is quite a bit below spot price. And so I think it's always, go ahead.
I was gonna say, we can probably talk to Shawn about that, but last time I checked, platinum bars 1 ounce were about 50 to 100 over coins. I've actually pulled some platinum out. I moved some of my stuff around. So next to the St. Michael is the last year that they made the Eagle, and then
it's a lot higher now. Today it's somewhere between 200 and 250 per ounce.
Well, that's what I was trying to get to. That the coin's going to be about 250 plus, and then I've got a couple of kookaburras in front of that. They're all 1 ounce, just to show, because we very, very rarely put platinum up. So I figured, what the heck, I'll put some out there to show this is what it looks like. Not much different than silver, folks.
Okay, I think it's perfect. And then Nick, we haven't talked to you in a while. I know you've been in chat a little bit, but what do you got there?
This is a Morgan, but
here we go.
I don't like how this background works. I mean,
if you go in front of your nose like this, it'll still show up. And
you can't see it. Well, anyways, I got a few Morgans here. I was going to show some beautiful Morgans, but.
And so I remember Morgans, graded Morgans going for $50 to $60. Do you think those have gone up in price?
Yeah. I mean, these are raw. These are raw. I'd get more than $50 a piece for these right now, and these are raw.
And so we're just seeing the prices jump like crazy, guys. A couple quick announcements real quick here. Silver Heist is in. I'm going to just throw this.
Hi, Silver Heist. I have
so you
4 Morgans I was going to show
here. But Silver Heist is doing a Christmas party tomorrow. And there are boxes. So basically, there are cigar boxes that have been provided by Shawn's Precious Bullyon. Okay. So he's on the panel here. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You disappear in this a little bit. And inside of this is going to be a coin. Okay. So there's a couple slots left from Silver Heist. Let us know how many slots are left. But I believe it's $75 per slot. You can reach out to him to buy one of those. But tonight, we're going to be giving one of those entries away. So one of the silver GAWS, or it could end up being gold GAWS, guys. There is going to be some great prizes there. One of them is the 2 ounce baseball. silver baseball from Spectres that I showed a video on. I think there's also a gram of gold. And then
I want either one of those. I want that
those are
or
going to be the
the.
two big ones. And then I think there's another third big one. And then there's a lot of really cool coins that'll be in there. And so you get a chance to do that. And what I like about this versus, you know, a lot of what I would call the duck races that are out there is the duck races, you'll enter and you won't have anything for it. With this, you're going to get a nice box, which oftentimes if you try to go buy these at a coin, not a coin shop, but a cigar shop or a smoke shop, it's $15 for these boxes. They're made out of cedar inside, so they're nice for keeping the humidity out for your silver. But you're going to get that $15 approximately box, plus you're going to get the coin. So, you know, this is really set up as more of a fun thing for the community and for you guys. So we're going to be giving one of those away on this tonight. If we get up to 100 likes, we're going to do another silver giveaway. And then we had a couple other silver giveaways that are going to come into play today based on the videos and the counts that we've had this week. So that's going to be fun. The other thing I just want to throw out to you guys is, first off, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and hopefully everybody's going to be safe this year. But I want to remind you guys about the gift of giving, okay? And so we're going to do some of that giving on here too. Now, anybody that's a channel member, I'm going to be sending out a special link on the posts for channel members, and we're also going to be doing a special silver giveaway tomorrow just for channel members, and we're going to do that before heists. And that's going to be another one of these boxes. So you're going to get an entry. And then what you do is you come to Silver Heist Show tomorrow night and you'll have one of those entries and you get to pick a number. And that's going to be, you know, the box you get. So anyway, that's going to be kind of fun. Well, I'd like to kind of get your guys' take here on the panel. And what I want to do is ask each of you kind of individually, and then you guys may have some other questions. But, you know, I'd love to get some predictions on what's going to be the price of silver and gold next year. And I'm totally putting you guys on the spot for this, by the way.
Nope.
So Nick's like, no.
Pun intended, right? Yeah.
So we're going to start with OC Stacker. And we're going to make this kind of fun. We're just going to talk about the high point, okay? We're not going to talk about a specific date. It's really hard to pick a date and a price. But OC Stacker, how high do you think we could see silver, gold, and platinum next year?
Well, by now, everybody on the channel and that's been listening to me for a while knows that I do not do predictions, period. My same statements will always be the same. How do you predict a manipulated market? But someday that might be going away sooner than later. So my prediction is the following. It is going up.
So you think it'll be higher than the prices today?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so I heard an absolutely, which sounds more than $1 more.
We can stick with $1 more. That's fine, but
okay,
I got you, definitely.
All right, we're gonna go over to Shawn's precious bullion here next. Okay, so Shawn, you know, no one's gonna hold you to this. It's not something that's being put into writing. I mean, it is being recorded, but you know, what are we looking at? Could silver go to $70 next year?
Yes.
Could we see platinum at 2,000? Could we see gold at 5,000? I mean, what kind of numbers do you think we could possibly see going into next year?
Definitely over 75 silver, definitely over $2,500 platinum, and definitely reaching 5,000 gold. It's just going to, like Otis, you said, it's just going to keep going. You know, cat's out of the bag, as I've been keep saying as a catchphrase recently, as far as, you know, people are turning to the metals. More and more people are starting to hear about it. As soon as the internet started buzzing, you know, last year or whatever it was, a year and a half ago, oh, look at this, gold hit all-time high of $3,000. Maybe we should, you know, look into this. And, you know, people started catching on, and, you know, everyone started going to the stores, and stores, you know, started availability. So anyway, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't give you an exact number, unfortunately, but I do think it's just going to keep going. I think that it's not too late to purchase. I think it's, you know, you're doing yourself a very good service by doing it. And like you said, spot price right now is irrelevant. It's going to keep going, especially if you're holding it for long term. But I'm a big fan as far as platinum goes. I remember, you know, we did our video last year. We were literally a small handful of people on the internet really even chirping about platinum. Everyone was like, yeah, whatever, I don't want to touch that. Gold's the thing to do. Look at gold to silver. So, but I think platinum has a really chance of really just taking off. Just the fact that, you know, stores are starting to not have a whole lot of it there. And like you said, as far as the availability of what's dug up above ground versus the other metals, it's just going to come to a supply and demand thing. And it's, you know, we'll see where it goes.
So we got you on that one, Shawn. Okay, Nick's coins. Okay, so Nick, I saw you doing the math over there.
No, I'm not doing the math. Because I concur with OC Stacker. I don't make predictions, and I don't really think that we're in it to see how much it's going to go. We're in it for the long haul, right?
I agree. But do you think it can go higher or lower than it is today?
Oh, I think it's just going to go up, but I'm not going to predict how high. But
do you think platinum could hit 2,000?
You know, I don't collect platinum. I don't have platinum. I haven't bought any yet.
Do you think silver could hit 70 next year?
Yeah, sure. It could. But I'm not going to predict that.
Well, that's why I asked
you
you guys. Go
I
ahead.
have something. I have this mint set right here.
Okay.
And I was just wondering, should I crack this open while I'm right here?
All right, let's do it. Yes, go ahead and crack that open.
I mean,
and then I'll come to my prediction in a second here.
I'm just wondering if anybody, because I got some beautiful silver coins here.
I love those coins. The coins are beautiful.
And for those of you that don't know Nick, she's famous for cracking open mint sets.
Yeah, and I've got several that I need to go ahead and crack open because I've been buying mint sets as silver because it's been cheaper.
Nice. Is that a quarter set or a mint set?
This is a quarter set. Well, it's a mint set, but it's a quarter set. Yeah. It's America the Beautiful quarters.
Those are awesome.
Yeah.
Those look awesome.
Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. You guys just can't see how pretty they are. I hate this. I hate this.
So what are you going to do with those? What's your plan what do you do with those after you crack them open?
I'm just going to save them. Silver.
Do you put them in a tube? Do you put them in flips? Do you just leave them on the desk?
Oh, I'll just stack them and put them in a coin.
Little coin tube or whatever.
Tube. Yeah.
So here's what I'll tell you guys on predictions too. So number one rule is predictions are not prophecy. No one has a crystal ball. No one has any idea what the price is going to do next year. I mean, you know, I said this year for sure, I believe we'll see $40 silver. And I thought we would see, $4,000 gold. And we went past both of those numbers by quite a bit. And so you never know what it's going to do. What I think is most important when you're looking at this is it's the trend. You know, are we looking like we're going to have a year that probably goes up or down? I brought Kevin Wadsworth on, and one of the things he talked about is he sees that next year we could end up having a negative number on silver, for example, that silver may actually go down lower than what it closes at for this year. Now, you have to understand too that he's looking at the different cycles. He does a lot of charting he's looking at. And so he could see it going up to 100 and then having it pull back down. And that could be a negative number for the year. It depends on where we start, right? So if silver gets up to say $75 by the end of 2025, and it goes up to 100, 105 or something like that, and it comes back down to $72 at the end of the year, it will be a negative number. Okay. So he's not predicting that. He's saying that the models are showing that that is a possibility, that there could be, there most likely will be some kind of a correction that comes into place before it takes up to its next leg higher, which is going to be going way over $100. But here's the key. If you're buying silver and gold and platinum because you're trying to hit a number that you heard off of YouTube from someone, you're doing the wrong thing.
That's just it.
You're in the wrong reason.
I agree. That's just it. Yeah.
So the only thing I use these things for is it's how to pace myself with dollar cost averaging. So if I know I'm going to be buying a little bit of all the time, it just helps me get a better idea. You know, I think next year, I think it's very possible that we could see $100 silver sometime in the year. Going above that is hard to say. I think we could see $5,000 gold next year. I don't think that's crazy. A lot of the the banks have been predicting that we could see that. Platinum's a little harder one to guess. Right now, it looks like it's really jumped up. I would not predict, but I would have said that we could see $2,000 platinum next year. And it's possible we might see that next week. So it's always kind of hard to go by those things. But for me, I don't make my decision on buying gold and silver and platinum based on what I think the prediction is going to be or the highest price there. I look at cycles, and I'm looking at a 3 to 5 year cycle here, minimum. And what I do know is, at least what I believe, is that we're going to see much higher than $5,000 gold. When I look at the charts, we could see somewhere in the 6 to 16,000 is kind of where the charts go. And for silver, it's going to be anywhere from $150 to $800, depending on who you look at and what the charts say. And so what I'll recommend to you guys is, if you're a stacker, the price really doesn't matter. It's more about how many ounces you get. So you just keep adding ounces, okay? You buy more when the price is in a dip, when it's lower than it's been for the last weeks to months. You buy less when it's higher. If you're an investor, you need to be paying more attention to what's going on with the price and the macro and what's going on with the markets. And there's going to be a time where you want to pull out of the metals, and you need to really be able to understand that. If you're a trader, you've got to get really, really tight on this, because you're probably trading anywhere from multiple times a day to weekly or even monthly. And you're really going to need to keep track of it, and daily.
Or
it could
daily.
Be
daily.
hourly.
It's hourly, daily
Yeah.
is right now is where it's hot. Yeah.
So you can be doing all of that. And so if you're doing that, each one of those 3 categories is going to put you into a different mindset and a different need of doing it. So as far as predictions go, I do think it's going to be higher. I don't think it's going to be lower next year for any of the 3 metals. I think it's going to be higher. But it's hard to see beyond $5,000 gold, $100 silver.
It is. Yeah.
And I would even say maybe $2,200 platinum. It's hard to see beyond that, because there's nothing that shows us that it's going to do that, right?
But we're in different times now, though, right? We're in different times.
We are in different times. So I think it's going up. But to give you a number to say it's going to hit 2,435, I mean, there's no reference for that, right? But it's going to be an upward trend. And so when I see upward trends, what I do is I dollar cost average. I hold some dry powder, which is cash around, right? And I like to have emergency cash in case something happens to, my family and we need to have that money. But it's also for buying in the dips. So what I can tell you is, if we do see silver go back down to 50 or down into the 40s, I am buying. And I'm going to buy as much as I can possibly buy, because I believe the price is going, well over $100. All right, let's change the subject on that. I want to go into the chat here, and we've got a couple questions for you guys too. So first off, there's a lot of you in here to welcome. So we've got 2 formats going right now. If you're seeing us vertically, and you're in your phone like this, then you are watching us on the vertical stream. If you see us horizontally like this, then you're watching on the horizontal stream. When we go to do the giveaways, we're going to be going to the horizontal stream. You guys will have to jump over to that one to do it.
Tiger.
And if you're not able to get into that one, then what I recommend doing is you go back to the channel, Stacking Surfers channel, and you look for the one that shows the horizontal screen icon on it. And that's the one you want to get into when we go to do the giveaways. And we will do that in a minute. Okay, so let's see. Tiger's in the house. We've got a lot of people. Check Stacker in here. Silver Shelby Stacker, welcome. Let's see. So I do eventually send out my GAWS. They do make it to people, guys. Okay, so they do arrive. But sometimes with all of my travel, it can be a little harder. All right, let's see what we got here. I know there's a couple of good questions for us. Yeah, so I do want to hit this real quick, Nick. Let's hit this, and I'll keep pulling a few more questions. So I don't know if the 3 of you have seen this video or not, but there's a video of, it looks like an Asian guy speaking, maybe in his 30s or 40s. And he's all over on multiple channels right now, and it's an AI bot. But what he was talking about in a video on Sunday that blew up, over 300,000 views, Nick, in 24 hours, and 6,000 new subscribers this channel received from this one video. But what he claimed is that there's a new law that's come into place where they're going to confiscate your silver. So you need to hurry and sell all your silver and start buying gold. And I have probably had 24 questions from people about how do I hurry and sell my silver before they take it. So when I brought Andy on this week, we talked about that to kind of fight it. You know,
I have a question though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why are people not doing their own due diligence?
That's what I want to talk about.
Okay, why are, yeah.
So here's what's happening. People are watching a video and they're believing 100% that this is real information. They're not even going in to check if that law's created, and they're not checking to see if there's a specific date or whatever else. They're just panicking from it. So I'd love to kind of get each of your take on, you know, what do you guys do when you watch other YouTube channels, when you watch information that's on there? Do you ever do research? How do you know if what you're listening to is right? How do you know if what I'm saying is even correct?
I personally don't watch a lot of YouTubers. I go look for the information myself and do my own due diligence. I keep up in the news. Kitco has great articles. I mean, there's other great sources of news too, where you can go look for yourself. Just do your own due diligence. If you want to listen to YouTubers, great. And I mean, us, good, but just do your own due diligence too. Research it. It's you're working. We're talking about gold and silver. We're talking about money. I mean, you should be a good steward of your own money. Do your own due diligence on everything, in my opinion.
So if I called you up or I sent you a text and I said, you got to hurry and sell everything, it's going down, what would you do?
I would be like, okay, so where are you getting your information? First of all, where are you getting your information is what I'm going to ask you. And then I'm going to go search it for myself and then come back and say, hello. That's not correct.
Okay. So what about you, SPB? What do you do to kind of figure out things? Do you do any research or do you just jump on it?
Well, you know, I never take anything for face value. You know, I always say I don't trust a man. I trust in one thing, and that's what's in this book basically. Anything else that comes from man, I always question. I didn't hear about this whole bot thing or whatever was going on. I don't, you know, to me stuff like that is not on my radar. But I can see how things like that can confuse people. We're in a time and age where we are not only entertained, but we are informed by our entertainment, which is kind of a scary, sick, twisted situation we've kind of come to, where people are starting to really just accept what's put on, you know, public television, internet, radio. You know, I was thinking about talking to somebody the other day about how they were talking about, you know, I'll promise not to get off topic, but we were talking about like Project Blue Beam and stuff like that, and how one guy was saying, oh, that would never happen. And I told him, like, do you forget what happened back in the 30s with Orson Welles and World of Worlds with the radio broadcast, and how people actually killed themselves who thought that the aliens were really here? You know, It was until the very end. This has been a broadcast brought to you by Orson Welles. We thank you for listening, and tune in next time for Roy Rogers.
But everybody had already run off, freaking out by that time.
People too. You got to remember, people are putting their own agendas. I mean, when they're given information, sometimes there's an agenda behind it. So I got to be careful with that too, because I want to know. Most of the time, there's an agenda. So I got to know where they're coming from as well. So that's why I do my own due diligence too, because of the agendas. But you're right about.
I think
you're 100% right.
Out there, yeah. Go ahead.
You have to kind of really see what's really being said, and really have to really understand. It's like, you know, how is this really going to affect me in the first thought? Like most people who, even this whole gold and silver stuff, most people don't even think this is going to affect them. Most people don't even feel they need to have gold and silver, so they're not even paying attention. So most people don't even pay attention to things unless they really feel it's going to affect them. But you know, I feel that there's a lot of information out there that can affect a lot of people, that people are just really, you know, emotionally reactive, instead of thinking like, wait a minute, don't just jump the gun, start selling all your silver and calling us and say, hey man, I need to sell my silver. Like, think about, like, you know, if you're only getting it from one source, then like Nick said, it's either agenda driven or it's like somebody just squawking at the mouth wanting attention. But if it's coming
Well,
from
it's
like multiple sources and it's coming up multiple sources and multiple sources and it keeps coming and keeps coming and keeps coming, then there's something to think about. But you know, if it's coming from just one person, it's usually just somebody like Nick said, just agenda
But what if,
driven.
but Shawn, what if
Whatever.
it's coming from 20 different channels that are all AI created and they're giving the same message?
Well,
you still
that's
do your own due diligence.
yeah, and it's true. You do your due diligence at the same time. I hate this AI. I know you're involved in it and stuff. We've had discussions about how I feel about what it all really is. How many movies do we have to make in literally over the past decades that shows that this stuff is anyway?
In what world though would somebody say sell all your gold and silver? I mean, just hearing those words to me would be like, okay, really? No, because you're going to want this on hand. It's worth more than paper money. I mean, it's going to get you further than paper money. So just even those words to me is like, okay, this is not right.
Yeah. So OC Stacker, what about you? I know you watch a lot of YouTube. I think you might have the record for the most free silver GAWS this year. And so I know you're watching a lot of YouTube. You're hearing from a lot of different people, but how do you go about determining whether, how do you fact check things? How do you make sure that what you're watching or what you're paying attention to is?
He calls me. He calls me and asks me the
Nick.
questions. He calls me or texts me, and then he'll ask me the questions, and I'll tell him.
The good news is she chats with Tony, which gives me the real advice through her. So she won't give me her husband's phone number. So I have to go through the three-way deal every time I need information.
And the last time I let him talk, they talked for like 30 minutes, and I'm like, "Hello, can I have my phone so I can play my game or do something while you guys are chatting? Call him person, on your own time." Jeez.
No, but in a nutshell, I do listen to 4 or 5 people, and then I usually take notes about what they're saying. That sounds like it makes sense, and then I just go back and do my research. I look at the numbers, I look at the charts they're talking about. I have a term that I use a lot of time. I say, consider the source. Consider the source of who you're listening to. Do you believe in him? If people come on here, we get 100 to 400 to 500 to 200 people on here. Consider the source means if you like what we're saying, or if it makes sense what we're saying and what we're talking about is real, and you do your research, you find out that we do the same thing, and you come to the same conclusion, then that's usually a channel that you're going to follow and pay attention to. Like I said, your channel is pretty well rounded, and you bring lots of great guests that help bring perspective into I call it our hobby, our craft, our passion, you can call it any number of things. But at the end of the day, we all have the same goal, all of us on panel and all of us in the chat. We all want to build our stacks for whatever reason, retirement, generational wealth, hedge against inflation. There's lots of reasons. So you have to tap on because everybody has a different reason why they're doing it. So to address everybody's concern as a whole, I think in my personal opinion, I think if you understand what's going on in the financial world, the rest of it kind of falls in line. In other words, the LBMA doesn't have enough silver. So what do? We shut down the LBMA an hour before it closes. Okay, now they can't, they have enough on delivery. If we get enough calls and they don't stand for delivery, we are teetering on the edge. Our bond, if the European Union or the Chinese decide to drop in 4 to 5% of the bonds back in our market, people have no idea how teetering we are on that program. So the smartest thing we could do is just tell you about it, do your own research. If you come to the same conclusion, then great. Great minds think alike. If you come up with a different conclusion, then like I said, we're all built differently. But in a nutshell, if you pay attention to what's going on with the financials, most of this stuff does fall in line. And here again, I always revert back to Rob. I mean, Rob, I just listened to the other day, and I listened to him again today, just to reiterate what he was saying and look at what he was saying. And
yeah, that's Rob, guys. For those of you that don't know Rob,
yeah, he runs the thing called the Freedom Report. Go on YouTube, type it in. He did a 3-part series on mining stocks. A huge deep dive, things I never even thought of or even put together. So how he put it made sense to me. that's why I don't invest in mining stocks. So,
And I
but
will, I have an interview with him that will go live on Sunday. So look for that on Sunday, guys.
yeah. So that's just one of the sources I use that I can revert back to say, hey, look, this is a great starting point.
Yeah.
And then
So
you gotta find your own chart people. I don't recommend those out because everybody looks at a chart differently and talks about them differently. You just gotta pick who you like.
you do. So kind of what I'm doing with the channel, what I've started doing the last 4 months or so is I'm bringing people on to interview that I reach out to that I believe have some great information that's been helping me, and I want to introduce it to you guys. And it's for things like this. This is kind of going back to what we were talking about a minute ago too, right? So thanks to YouTube videos, I now know that the future silver price is somewhere between 0 and 1 million. So I think that's funny. Here's the reality though. It's true. So because that's possible, okay? And so is this. This is possible, okay? It's also possible that we can have a 30 to 50% flash crash. Okay, so what you have to look at is what are the possibilities and then what's the probabilities of each of those happening. So I see a very slim, like 1 or 2% chance of a 50% correction. Could we have a 30% correction? It's right now, based on all the momentum, it's pretty iffy. Could we have a 20%? Yes, a 20% is possible. Would it last very long right now in this market? Probably not. Ask yourself this question. If let's look at it right now. What is it at now? 67 something? Where do we close at for silver?
Let me see.
67.10.
Okay, 67.10. If we have a 20% crash, the price goes down to $53.68. So what would you do, OC Stacker, if all of a sudden on Monday, silver is sitting down at $53.68?
Continue to buy.
No, I would go buy.
Would you buy less, or would you do the same you were always doing?
Say that again.
Would you try to buy more, or would you just buy the same amount you normally buy?
Well, so my world with that is different than probably most people.
Okay.
A quick example is I have my phone will ring and say, hey, I need to move 100 ounces today. And then I just buy the 100 ounces. So I don't shop around. I don't do that because my phone rings and I pick it up that way. And if I have extra money, then I do it. But I always will buy anybody that's selling. Let's say I bought today. Well, here, I'll use an example. The bars in the background, the APMEX bar. And then I bought 10 of those bars from one of my clients earlier in the week. Silver was at 63 and I bought those at 61. So I bought those $2 back a spot. Well, here it is Friday and it's 67. So now I'm $5 up. So now can I still take this and afford to sell it $1 or $2 back, be happy with my profit and move on to the next batch? That's usually in a nutshell, that's what we try to do.
Are you telling people you're selling them silver at 2% back right now?
That's $2, not 2%.
Or $2?
Yeah. Well, I just one of my neighbors who knows what I do. We're good friends. I'm the godfather to 2 of his sons. I call him up whenever I get stuff. I always call friends first, and if they don't want it, then it goes out to whoever needs it. So he bought one. I walked over today and I told him, "Hey, look, dude, you bought it on Monday, and it was 62, and now it's 67. You made $100 just by getting it from me." He goes, "Can I buy one more?" Sure. So now I have 7 left.
There you go.
So that's what happens.
So looking at that here, I think you have a strategy of how you go about doing things, right? So you're not just showing up to an LCS with a budget of a certain amount of money every month. You're waiting until someone contacts you and says, "Hey, I need to move all this silver. Can you help me?" So you're acting as a wholesaler, so to speak.
Exactly.
Now, Nick, do you do dollar cost averaging at all, or do you?
I do. Yeah.
What does that look like for you?
Well, I'm going to buy in a dip.
I know, but
I'm going to buy more in a dip.
Do you buy weekly, monthly? Do you buy?
Oh yeah, I'm steady. I'm steady, consistent. I'm consistent. Yes.
Okay. And are you looking for the same
yeah
product all the time? Or are you looking for price?
No, I'm looking for price, but I'm a very diligent shopper too, and I can find the deals. The deals are still out there. People are not realizing the deals are still out there, and the deals are people still want a deal. So It's due diligence and shopping around, calling people, calling folks, calling peer-to-peer. I call OC Stacker. I have a couple auctions that I still attend that are kind of like a little honey hole still that people don't know much about.
You found like Morgans at crazy deals on there.
Yeah, so that's why I was just gonna say I found 4 Morgans. I got these at like $10 a piece. So
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
You bought a Morgan for $10.
Yes, I did, and they're very. And I wish you guys could see the.
Did you verify? Is it real?
Yes, it's real. It's real. And okay, yes, 100% real. But if it wasn't $10, what you know? But yes, it is real. And I got those in last week from the auction.
You guys, there's deals out there to be had on things. So I think
they've been. I test. Be honest with you, I test everything. When I purchase something from anybody, I test everything. Because I want to know. Because if I decide I'm going to flip it myself, like I'm going to flip these Morgans. I'm going to make sure that because I want to know for me before I flip them that they're 100% real.
When I want to test a coin, I usually bounce it off OC Stacker's forehead, and if it bounces, then it's good. We just take like a Morgan like this. Anyway,
I mean,
hey, Nick,
I was just yeah.
I looked up real quick. Morgan and Peace Dollar melt value is $51.97 right now.
Oh yeah, right. I know. So my starting point is like I will check to see what the melt value is, and if I can get that melt, I'm good. But
okay, so I want you guys to put a 1 in the chat if you're finding deals on silver right now. Put a 2 in the chat if you're not, you don't know how to find deals. I'd like to kind of see where you guys are at with that. But deals can be had out there. I've seen them too. We find stuff on social media where people are selling. We've been able to get a lot of good deals. Frankly,
I personally have not bought on social media. I haven't been one of those ones yet. Not on Instagram, not on Facebook, not on any of that. Mostly it's for me. It's I just don't dare to. I've never taken that plunge.
Yeah, so we've done some of it. We meet in the public location. I have my Sigma Metalytics machine with me to test everything. Okay. Yeah. And, you got to look at people's profiles. Do they have pictures of family? Do they look like a normal person? Have a conversation with them, meet at a very public place and, drive by, see that person there. And, a lot of times we'll take a second person with us to go check things out.
I wouldn't dare to in my area anyways, because we're so small and so rural. I don't want anybody to know that I'm even into this that much. Because I don't want them to come into my home, because they can find me so easily. We're so rural. Everybody knows everybody. It's just, even if the next town's over, so
you got to do what you feel safe doing. Don't put yourself at risk. A lot of people meet at a police station when they do these, or they'll meet at a coin shop. Those are probably your best bets.
Yeah.
Either one of those places, if a person's trying to pull a scam, they will just decline. They won't show up. And then, one other thing, just a side note here, because I have been messaging with Ball Guide Money. He does not come on any shows, so we cannot interview him. He's kind of refused to do that for anybody. But I do like his shows. He has some really good information. I follow him on X as well. So just a shout out to Bald Guy Money. I did tell him we would shout out his channel. I would check him out. He does a lot of analysis. So, when I look at my channel, there's a good mix of entertainment and education that's going on. I don't claim to be an expert in all these things that we do. Coins is not my profession. My profession is in analytics. It's in data. It's in artificial intelligence and in software. Loyalty programs. That's what I've done for my career for 25 years. Also real estate, but this is a passion and a hobby that I've taken very serious. And over the last 6 years, I've ramped it up really hardcore to the point where I've probably learned more than most people do in 20 years. Just the amount of transactions that we're helping people with, all the things we're doing. And we were at a smelter yesterday in downtown LA in the Diamond District. And, we do coin shows. There's a lot of things that we do. There's a lot of research. And so you can learn a lot of this information pretty quick, but he's a good channel to go check out. All right, we're going to fast forward down here a little bit so we get to.
Hey, can I address Rob's statement in here? It says police stations is not a good option. Go to a bank. I beg to differ. I do probably 80% of my deals because almost well, at least I'm going to speak for my police station. They have probably 15 cameras in it. They have it's a safe zone for like when parents have to do exchanges for kids. You can do this. They have cameras all over the place, so you can sit there, you can lift up your tailgate and do that and test and do your deal. They used to let me go inside, but then we got a new sheriff, and
They don't want you anywhere near them, do they?
well,
You can't go inside.
I was going inside for almost 8 years, and then in
I'm
this
kidding.
last
I'm kidding.
year and a half, I walked in there to go deal, and then they basically chased me out. I said, I've been doing this for years because I used to know who the sheriff was because one of my neighbors was on the sheriff department, and he asked if I could come in and do it. He said, yeah, no problem. So when he chased me out, I said, well, hey, the previous sheriff, blah, blah, blah. The guy goes, you know what? He's not here anymore. I'm in charge and you're out. So
I didn't know you can go anywhere in LA and not be on a camera. I thought it was all Big Brother all the time over there.
Well, that doesn't mean anybody's paying attention to them, though. Camera on is different than a camera monitored.
yeah.
But,
oh, I know that they are. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But when we go to these places too, we are also very well protected.
Yes.
And trained, and we know what we're doing. And so you never put yourself into in a situation for that. So for most of you watching, what I'm going to recommend is, number one, you got to shop around. But one of the places I recommend shopping around is Miles Franklin. You can email them at info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know I sent you. There's a small referral fee that comes to the channel to help us, grow the channel and everything. But you can go to Miles Franklin. You can go to SD Bullyon is another good one. There's a lot of different ones out there that people will like in the community.
I like that website, find bullionprices.com too.
Bullionprices.com is a great site.
For me, that's a starting point. But of course, it doesn't always have all of them on there. So I have a list of the ones that I do go to and I do check prices. But I do check them all.
It's a good starting point, though, Nick, to get you.
It is my starting point.
Where to go. And I recommend having a few of them. Most of the sites have a weekly deal, and you never know what you're going to find. Sometimes you might find the coin you're looking for at a great price, and only
for me,
dealer.
That's my last resort too, because I have to be very careful with that because my state's taxed on anything gold and silver, even if it's a 64 Kennedy, something I could go spend, I still have to pay taxes on when I buy it. So I'm taxed on the front end. And I'm taxed on the back end. So if I do sell, I'm taxed again on it. So and then shipping, you got to watch your free shipping. So, I mean, I've always got these things in my mind when I'm shopping around: taxes, shipping, and the whole 9 yards, because that is all goes into my dollar cost averaging.
And I think that's really important to realize too, guys. So here's another thing. I want to pull up a couple other comments here real quick too, coming off of this. So one, Steve Woods, thank you for the super chat. Nick, you look fabulous. Sorry, that's all I got. Got here.
Thanks, Steve.
4 people in one place. Hey, Steve, good to see you. Okay, a couple others that I'm just going to pull out here based on what we've been saying so far. So Gold Silver Junkie says Silver Dragon said $150 at the end of 2026. You guys, I have no problem with people setting predictions. I will have a prediction video coming out. I know Nick.
Oh, jeez.
Prediction.
I don't like predictions.
Doesn't want to do them, but I always do one every year. I'll give you my prediction, but I'll be doing a little bit of research, and I have that come out towards the end of the year, which we're not.
I always say it's like, these experts always they're always an expert at predicting and stuff, and then they come back and then they are expert at why their prediction didn't work.
Oh yeah. Look, anybody that predicts a date and a price is 99%.
You're setting yourself up for trouble.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be wrong. So what I want to do in this next year, when I go to do the prediction video, I want to show you guys some charts to show you where I think we could probably land with it, to give you some ideas. They're guidelines. Never take a prediction as a bet on, don't take a prediction. So Silver Dragons is not telling you here financial advice. Okay. We're not telling you guys financial advice either. He's not saying it's going to hit 150. So let's buy a whole bunch and then sell it at 150 so we can make a profit. That's not what's going on there. What he's trying to help you guys understand is that today the price of silver is a lot lower than where he thinks it's going. Okay, that's the number one thing. The second one is he thinks it could be 150 bucks. Okay, so he has a reason for that, and I'm sure he gave the detail. I was watching part of the show and then I had to go, so I missed this part of it. Third, there's not a guarantee on this. Okay, he's not giving you a guarantee that he's going to buy it from you guys at 150 if it doesn't do that. So,
and I'd be really curious at what data he's looking at and why he's setting it at 150. I'd like to see the
Eric Scott, he knows a lot about silver, guys, and he's saying $200 silver. Okay, but he also has a lot to gain from $200 silver. So
yeah,
you also
it's possible, of course. Anything is possible. I mean, it wasn't long ago that we saw all these rockets and to the moon. I mean, that was
totally. Well, it's fun too. So you guys, we can have fun with these things too, and take everything with a grain of salt. Have a little bit of fun with it. I'll throw a rocket on a video every once in a while. It's if I put a very boring title and I have no thumbnail with any kind of detail to it, no one clicks on it. It doesn't help. My goal is not to get the most clicks or the most views. My goal is to help the most people by getting in front of more and more of you guys to share with you that I think gold and silver are going way higher. We're going to have the biggest wave of all times history to date that we're aware of in gold and silver price going up. Now, this is what the U.S. debt clock's saying. Now, a lot of people are buying into the U.S. debt clock as being a service that knows everything. It's still just a guess. Okay, they don't have like a manipulation thing going on in the back end where they can just pick the price. They're guessing based on their data here. So they're looking at potentially a $12,000 gold, which is on, I would say, about the middle range of what people are looking at for the most part, maybe a little bit on the higher side. And they're looking at an 8-to-1 ratio, which would be what it's being mined at right now, which would put silver at $1,554, which is a pretty bold statement to make. So could it happen? Yes, it could happen. How probable is it? I don't know. I mean, it's probably been, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing it's been over 100 years since we've had silver sitting at an 8-to-1 ratio. I know it's been a long time.
Yankee stacking. I love it.
What's he saying? We're way behind on him. Let's see what
I predict the Patriots scores with my family. I don't predict. I just predict the Patriots are doing well this year. I mean, I can't believe it.
You guys can win it all.
All right.
I do predict that the Patriots will win their division.
It was a live stream today with Silver Bros. Yankee, I wasn't able to make the whole thing, unfortunately. I missed part of it. But if you guys go back and watch it, you'll see why Dragon thinks the 150. So go look at that.
Okay, because I'm curious to see. I think we're going to have.
Yankee thinks it's not going to hit that though.
I don't think we're going to have much of a correction though when it comes to gold and silver. I mean, I know you said that you think there could be a correction.
I don't think we're going to have a correction.
I don't think so either. And I think that all goes back
based on the charts. But
yeah, and to be honest, I think that all goes back to like the Fed and interest rates, and I think a lot of that's factored into that as well, and inflation and the whole 9 yards. So I don't think we're going to see much of a correction. I think what we see is what we get. And
the other thing I'll throw out here too, Nick, is when we had the Hunt brothers in the 80s, it wasn't really a supply and demand $50 mark. It was artificial too.
It was artificial. That's a very different story back in the 80s. And we saw it again too in 2011, I believe. But that rose really, really quickly. 949 Designs.
So 949 is a great supporter of the community. I've met 949 before at the coin show, and Merry Christmas to everybody that's watching. And we are going to do a silver, a couple silver giveaways here. Yeah. Now, if you guys can help me get to, 17,000 subscribers by December 31st, New Year's this year, I'm giving this away right there.
Ooh, that's awesome.
So some Spanish gold, right? That's
Spanish gold. It's a reverse
proof.
That's
Spanish gold.
It's the second year.
And
these are
pretty pricey.
And those are beautiful. So pretty.
So if we don't get to that number, my wife told me we're going to hold on to that one and hide it. She's going to hide it from me this time. All right, guys. All right, let's see what we got here. This is another thing that I think is interesting to look at too, is countries, right? Metal stacking isn't huge in Australia. It's picking up though, but can still pick up wild bargains. I've got 3 kilograms of sterling silverware for $200 the other week. It's great. And, you know, here's the thing that I would throw out there. When you look at different countries, I know in the UK, silver is very expensive. It has a VAT tax. Yet if you buy sovereigns, which is the sovereigns or Britannias, which are the Royal Crown from the Royal Mint coins, they don't have any taxes on that. So they're able to do that. So you got to look at each country and you got to understand what you can do and what you can't do. And then here in the US, it's even messier because it goes state by state. So in next state, you buy or sell, you pay taxes. Here in California, you've got to spend over $2,000 in one transaction to avoid the taxes.
Last time I checked, it was between 8 and 9 states that still tax gold and silver. I know Maine, California. I don't know the others. Florida, I don't think any. I don't know. I can't remember. But they're
Maryland changes law July 1st because our governor decided to spend our surplus that we had and basically needed a way to bring more money out of the constituents of our state. So it used to be in the state of Maryland, where I live at, if you spent over $1,000, it's considered it basically an investment purchase. So there was no tax on bullion if you spent over $1,000. But now they don't care. You're spending tax on, like you said, anything from a 1964 Kennedy,
everything
to an ounce of gold. And right now you're going to spend about $265 in taxes alone on 1 ounce of gold in Maryland.
So we pay
a tube of Buffaloes. That's $5,000 in taxes alone that you have to pay on your gold.
On an ounce of gold, it's going to be about $550 for us for taxes. We pay about 5.5%. It bothers me because if I sell it too, then I got to pay taxes on that too, as income, because you got to tax that as income.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, do you have?
I have to be honest.
Yeah, no.
Hey Nick, do you guys have a cutoff? Like in California, we have to spend $2,000 not to. If we spend $2,000 or more, it's tax free. So you guys, no matter what you buy, you gotta pay.
No matter what you buy, 5.5%.
So there is a state worse in California.
But well, oh my gosh, Maine follows. I mean, it's like the trend. Nick, P.O. Box. New Hampshire, though, I can go right to New Hampshire and I don't have to pay taxes. Or but peer to peer, you don't have to pay taxes either. So, I mean, there's a lot of other options.
Look, all I'm saying is do not go in a boating trip with your metals. That could be dangerous. That's all I'm going to say.
That's yeah. I went on a boating trip and I went
to Texas.
I went skiing, and I had it all on me and it just fell in the water and I don't know.
You got to be careful. But look, I'm always going to tell you guys.
Everybody has boating accidents. Mine's in the snow somewhere. I mean,
they do, but I'm going to tell you guys.
I have no snow.
Pay your taxes and vote so that we can get rid of paying taxes on precious metals. Okay, that's the right way.
Right now we're having quite a storm right now. I just want to say no snow in Maine and it's 60 degrees and it's December. I mean, is it El Nino, whatever? Thank you. I love it. Bring it on. I don't care if we have
70 degrees here with fog. We don't get fog until like May and June. It's crazy.
Oh, wow. I mean, I'm not hating it. I was actually in Massachusetts this morning and we drove back home, but yeah, high wind. We're having high winds. Our power's still out. So that's if my internet's slow, I'm doing a hotspot and on my phone, doing the whole 9 yards. But yeah, we still have no power, but we have a generator. We just can't get so it generates the whole house, but we can't get a Wi-Fi when the power's down.
So you got to be plugged in.
I don't know why.
So here's what I'll always tell you guys. Always talk to your CPA. Make sure you have an understanding of what the tax laws are in your own state. Make sure you're in compliance with things. And then the last thing I'm going to tell you is to understand if it's not loopholes, but if the rules differ. So for example, here in California, if you spend more than $2,000, you don't pay the 7.5% sales tax. And then you've got to understand the capital gains taxes. Federally, it's 28%, and then your state may or may not tax it. So it kind of depends.
Well, it really depends. It depends on your income, though, really. I mean,
well, on the metals, I believe it's flat, 28%.
Oh, is it? Okay. I didn't really, I've never checked, but I do.
Talk to your CPA, make sure you guys understand those rules. Just a quick thing here, Ethan, if you're still watching, I'm hoping to build this into my prediction for the coming year. It's going to be less of a wild prediction video. It's going to be much more of a looking at the charts, trying to help you guys understand what the wave size looks like it could be. And I'll try to see if I can get an animation put in there too. One of the reasons it's Stacking Surfer for the channel, I do like to surf, but it's surfing these big waves. When you have a big wave come in, it's called a set, right? You'll have little waves, and then they'll start to get bigger. So they'll start off smaller, and they'll start to get bigger, and then they start to get smaller again. Okay. So this channel is going to be about helping you guys know when these waves are getting bigger, which is what's been happening for the last couple of years. And then we're going to get a super big wave. And then at the end of that, we should start to see some of that pricing come down. Nothing goes straight up. Now with that said,
anything that goes up fast, you're going to believe it's going to come down.
The faster it goes up, the faster it can go down. And also the higher it goes up, the deeper it can go down too.
Yeah.
Correct.
And we have not tested the 200-day moving average, Nick. So there's always the possibility of crashing, having a flash crash back down.
Right. But with silver, though, we've kind of seen it creep up a little bit. It seems like it's been fast, but it's still been creeping up kind of slow. Once it hits a threshold, it really hasn't gone under that threshold. And that's kind of where I kind of base my line.
All right. Here's Nick. Here's Yankees. Do you think it's possible we hit 120 next year?
It's possible, but anything's possible. I mean, it could hit 5,000. I mean, it could hit, just like somebody said, 1 million. We don't know. We don't.
We're going to take that. We're going to take that soundbite right there. You just said it's going to hit 5,000.
No, I said no such thing. I said no such thing. All I know is that
it's going to make it great short. Don't worry, it'll be great.
It's still going to be. All I can tell you is probably still going to be worth something in 2026. But I cannot tell you where the price is going to go.
I could see 120.
I wish I mean, if I did, I would be loaded with my predictions, right? Because I mean, I would be 100% right, 100% all the time.
If we keep going what we did last year, I mean, silver's basically doubled since it was last year. It's gone from 30 to 60. So we just keep on a doubling trend, 60 to 120. But
it could, but I mean, there's a lot of factors that have to factor in. I mean, with the economy, the interest rate, I mean, there's just so much you've got to factor in that it's just.
And I've been saying this for the last few years.
The BRICS nations are going to push that $100 price, and they're going to put everybody else in line.
If we have a greater recession or we have a greater depression, okay, if one of those two things were to happen, you get into what's called a deflationary crash. It's the opposite of what we've been seeing. Yeah. So we'll go back to having dollar menus at restaurants again, but it gets really ugly, okay? Because all of a sudden everything in price crashes down, which means that your employer starts paying you less. So everything starts crashing back down in prices and in values. Those can be way more dangerous than an inflationary 100% melt up, because what ends up happening is so many people don't have income that you end up stalling out the whole entire economy. With inflation, it's just, can you keep up with it? So usually with inflation, you just have less purchasing power. And so you feel a little bit more poor each year. With a deflation, you just get wiped out completely. So it's possible. You don't want this. My guess is, as long as President Trump's in charge, I don't think he's going to let a depression happen. Could we have a recession? Yes. Could we have a greater recession? Yes. A depression? Probably not. A greater depression? Probably not. Because I think they'll just put the money machine on and they'll just start printing. They'll start giving out stimulus.
They're just going to, they'll start printing money more. I mean,
yeah. But if this does happen, Yankee is correct. Initially, there'll be a crash, and it'll be crashing everything because everybody has margin calls. So many people leverage in the stock market and in real estate. Margin call, your debt. Yep. And so when it goes down like that, what ends up happening is they have to sell whatever they've got left. And if they've got silver and gold, they start selling that too. So, but what you'll see here is initially is the key word there. It doesn't stay down. They're the first things to rebound. And then coming out of those type situations, they, skyrocket. OC, you've been quiet. Or did we put you to sleep?
Well, I got some
No,
news though on a lighter note, because I know we're going to talk football with OC Stacker, but I've contacted the New England Patriots and I have another flip coin on the way, FYI,
Oh,
for this
goodness.
season. Because I was
your
like,
giveaway for tonight?
no, absolutely not. I just was wanting to see if I could do it again. And so I contacted the same person and I said, hey, this is a great season. I need one from, this season. Can I get one? And they said, absolutely. So I wish I could. I'm just going to take what I can get. So they're sending me a package. My next video, I am going to show that off again. And this is going to be from this season. So,
yeah, they make great melters.
So, you don't know that. I mean, you can't melt perfection. Okay. When you have a Patriot helmet on a flip coin and I'm streaming, guys, I've made it upstairs. I'm not in the basement anymore. I'm not down cellar. So that's why you have this, because I don't want everybody to see my spare bedroom, because you would see everything in the spare bedroom.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
How many rings you got? How many rings you got? Let's start there.
Doesn't matter. It happened. Doesn't matter. Tom Brady tried to pull our play and he flat on his butt. And
I mean, someday, you can't win them all. I mean, pretty much we almost won them all for 20. Listen, we've had a dynasty for 20 years or more.
Brady into retirement, basically.
Now we got another, quarterback that's just going to bring us to another huge, more 20 years. I mean, are you kidding me right now? That never happens twice like this.
It's all rigged anyway. So anyway.
I like what Jackknife has to say.
What does he have to say?
We'll get there in a minute. We got to put it up on the screen though, because people won't be able to. We got to make sure they can see it. We'll get there in a second, OC. So this, I think, is an important thing to kind of throw out there to you guys. What we're going into. No one alive on the planet today has been alive during a worldwide fiat crash. Okay, it's never existed before in history worldwide. I mean, if you want to consider the Roman Empire being the world, I guess, but it wasn't. So this is the first time we're going through something like this. When people finally realize that paper money, let me see if I got some paper money here.
Can I have it?
I got something in here. I always carry a little bit of something with me for emergencies. Okay. One of these guys right here. Okay. So I recommend carrying one of these in your pocket. Just don't get mugged. Anyway, this right here, at some point, people are going to realize this doesn't do anything. It's a piece of paper. This is not worth any more than a $1 bill. It's the same amount of paper, right? And so when you look at that and the world understands that and realizes that, that's when things really change. And we have no idea what a gold or silver coin is going to be worth.
So I'm curious, with what's showing us that paper money, I'm curious, do people really have savings accounts anymore? Are people holding a lot of money in the bank?
I have lots of accounts. There's not a lot of stuff in them.
I heard something the other day, actually, it was a very alarming figure. It might have been a statistic maybe from last year or something, whatever, but they said that the average American's 2 paychecks away from bankruptcy.
Yeah, and I saw that too. And I think the average savings account is like $3,000 for the average American household. But I still think that's high. But
$1,000, I think is more the true number. Yeah.
Anybody? Well, okay. I'd just be curious if they're actually literally holding it in the bank, or what. Do they carry the cash at home? What do they do with it?
A little bit of both, probably.
A little bit of both.
I mean, I guess it depends on the individual too. Everybody's individual situation is different. I mean, depending on how much money they're making that year, how much they owe in debt. Every human's different and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
The only thing that brings us all together is the fact that we're all stacking precious metals and there are different ways. It's really the only thing that really,
Yeah. Well, that is, yeah.
Well, but here, this kind of goes along with your point, though, Nick. So
that's what I was just going to say. That go ahead. Go ahead.
If it goes wild, because of hyperinflation, that doesn't count. Doesn't matter if silver is 100,000, if the bread is 5,000. Now, it does, the ratio counts, right? So how many loaves of bread you can buy with 1 ounce of silver counts. That's the number that counts. So whether a silver eagle is worth $1, $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million in fiat dollars. It all comes down to how many loaves of bread can it buy. If it's buying the same amount of loaves of bread today as it was in 1920, that's the value, right? The dollar amount doesn't really matter in the long run. You know, here's the sad thing that we're looking at least for me, my pay has not gone up very much. My company has been around for a long time, and they only started doing standard of living increases 2 years ago. And they look at whatever the CPI comes out from the government, which I believe is way low. So if they get like a 2.8 inflation rate, that's what my raise is. When the reality is we might have had like 4.5% inflation.
Right.
And so it's getting harder and harder.
That's just that the companies are not keeping up with the inflation rate when it comes to raises.
So
yes.
Silver's gone from $25 up to $67, and my income hasn't matched it at the same rate.
Right.
Therefore, silver is becoming harder for me to accumulate. However, because I've already started accumulating back when the price was lower, I get to kind of like lock in my wealth value. And then I get to start to grow it too. And I think that's the key for this stuff is who cares what the price is? It's about accumulation and about ounces. And this is something I learned from Yankee. When I first got onto YouTube, I started doing some of the fun auctions, and it's fun to do that, but you can get a little carried away and you end up with a lot of different things that you overpay for. And then you start to realize, oh, part of this whole thing is to get your dollar cost averaging lower. You know,
because at the end of the day, silver, right?
It is.
So not everybody's going to say, "Oh, that's a beautiful, Star Wars coin like you guys got."
But yeah, well, so have
and
one.
Say, I'm going to say,
but have one. But here's the other thing: it goes for these guys too, right?
Yeah, it does.
If you're buying Morgans for $10, yes, that's awesome. But if you're buying them for $10 or $20 over melt, then you're starting to get into the point where you're buying something that's going to cost.
And I looked up on that deal. I don't get those all the time, but I was just using that as an example because there are still deals out there. Now, because I did find these at such a great price, and they are just the beautiful. I mean, beautiful. I'm going to flip them. I've already flipped them actually. But I'm going to be putting it into more metal as well. I'm not going to flip it and just keep the paper money. I'm going to flip it and put it into different. I might go ahead and buy platinum. Maybe I just need to, take the plunge. SPB. Where would I
get one of these? Nick, this needs to be your first coin.
The true. Okay. And how much?
Okay, let me explain to you why. Not only is it like a beautiful coin.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
They make less than like 500 of these a year.
Is that an ounce?
Yes, and quite honestly, the reason why I like the True Series coins because they're beautiful, not because of the message they have of like the biblical message they have with hidden within the trees and stuff like that. But the fact that when they release these coins, again, I'm not affiliated with SD Bullyon. I'm just giving them a little shout out here. When those series comes out, they usually seem to have a very, how should I say, very friendly price as far as the premium goes on these what I call like collector coins that not only like I might have spent like $70 over spot on this back when this was like $1,100 and thought it's a little much.
So what tell me again, what is the spot price on platinum?
It's about last time I looked it was like 1944 or something like that.
Okay.
I didn't check it today, sorry.
It was in the 800s though.
Yeah,
it's been jumping a lot. And so here's the thing with platinum, platinum is not a monetary metal, and yet at the same time it's carried on, at least on the gold or the platinum eagle, it carries a value of $100 on the coin.
Yeah, higher denomination. Right there.
Whereas a gold eagle, one of those around here. Let's see. A gold eagle is only going to say $50. So that's kind of interesting that a gold eagle is half the value of platinum, yet the roles are reversed. So a lot of people believe that it's going to go back to that price. However,
That's
it
what
all
happened.
comes down to what do we use the platinum for. Today I read a thing that potentially there's a lot of Chinese nuclear facilities going up, and that they're going to be producing a ton of hydrogen, and they need a lot of platinum to do that.
Hydrogen
So
fuel cells, yeah.
yeah, for the fuel cells. So there could be this whole new breakout in platinum. Platinum is a hard one. If you're stacking because of the changing world and the monetary systems and like these questions that are at the bottom here, I think you got to build a good foundation with gold and silver first. And then to me, platinum's kind of icing on the cake. And it could be something that makes you some good money down the road. But it's a little bit of a harder metal for most people to know what to do with, because it hasn't been used as money in our system. But I think it can be good. So I wanted to switch it just a little bit, the track here, guys. Rob's saying that President Trump is in the process of ending the private Fed, IRS, and BIS. Now, this is I don't know where he's getting this information from. I've heard things like this too, but I haven't seen anything in the news or anything that tells me this is actually happening. This is more conjecture. But what I will tell you is that these three organizations that are called out here, if they don't exist anymore, it does change things drastically. But there's also laws on the books like income tax and other things like that also have to be changed by Congress.
And I just don't think that would pass Congress. No, you're not going to get
change all this stuff. I don't believe that the president can do an executive order and knock all three of these things out.
No, especially the IRS. But I mean, that there's a whole lot of red tape to go through with the IRS. I mean, I would love it. But OC, what's the score of the Alabama game?
Yeah, that's what he's really doing.
I'm curious to know, because my husband wishes he could be watching it
he's
right
on
now,
mute.
but of course no Wi-Fi.
He's probably cheering over there.
Well, SEC champions, we beat.
The game.
So my team, Georgia Bulldogs, SEC champions, OC Stacker, woohoo!
You're gonna have to send him a T-shirt, and he's gonna have to wear it on one of these live streams.
I'm gonna be so annoying when I get my new flip coin, because I mean, we got the Patriots that are like, they're gonna be number one in their division. I'm just calling it. I'm predicting that. Okay. And I'm predicting that
there's a chant in the chat right now going, melt it, melt it, melt it.
Nuh-uh. So what's the score of the Alabama game? Oh wait,
it's tied
by 23. Okay, it's tied. Who are they playing?
Oklahoma.
Oh,
that's why I keep muting my thing, because my family is being very loud, and even with the door shut, I can still hear them. So that's why I'm muting a lot. And they keep running in out to tell me what the score is. So
OC, we're going to ask you. You come back to us for the score in a minute. Let Nick hang for a second here, but real quick, I wanted to answer this. I think this was the question you were bringing up from Jackknife.
It's a good question.
What percentage of your portfolio do you suggest for cash position to deal with a potential?
Was that the one, OC?
No.
Okay, there's another one.
He's got a couple of them in there. You'll recognize which ones I'm talking about.
Personally, I would say at least 20%. That's just me personally.
20% of what? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Just the question there: what percentage of your portfolio should suggest the cash position to deal with potential recession? Me personally, I would just do 20%. That's just me.
Okay, so Shawn's got 20%. OC, what are your thoughts on this? So,
I look at it differently. I look at what my house payment is per year, and I make sure I have enough of that to cover me for a year. So I don't necessarily do percentages. I do what I think is smart. Do I have enough cash to pay for my house if something? Well, metals would cover it no matter what. But if something happens where they don't take metals, do I have enough cash? Well, what happens if they don't take cash? Well, it's one or the other, or they forfeit the loan and then I own the house outright. So it's A, B, or C. So I'm prepared for all the above. I have enough metals here to probably pay my house off. I have enough in retirement to pay my house off. I have enough cash aside to make the payments for at least a year, if not longer. So, it's hard for me to say how I put in percentages. I just make sure I'm prepared. My house has solar on it. I have generators for the house if power goes out. I've got food storage for 6 months for 4 people and 4 dogs. You'll see every time I go on live with you guys, I always have some kind of lead. I show all the metals like tonight. All those blue boxes, you just have, you just stack what you can when you can, the best you can, and everybody's different. So for me, then on that question, it's hard for me to enter percentages. I just think that it's smart to be prepared for, I'm a Boy Scout, so
Yeah.
be prepared. What's my house payment? It's X amount. Okay, well, let's put enough away for if something happens to me or whatever, the world, the climate, whatever, I got enough hopefully for a year. Food for 6 months. If it gets really bad, we can stretch it out for probably 8, 9. I keep 4 big 50-pound bags of food here for the dogs. Like I said, everybody has food storage here.
So OC, I'm guessing it was this one that you want to talk more. Is that what we're hearing?
No, I was just laughing at what Jackknife said. I have a lot of fun with Jackknife and other streams. He's a good guy.
He doesn't know you're hiding out watching the game behind our backs, does he?
I'm actually not watching it. The
Oh,
family
I
is
don't
coming.
believe you. It's on the computer. I know it.
No.
Are you serious? You don't.
Well, I would tell you.
shouldn't-
Well, you know me enough by now. If I had it on, I'd tell you.
You can borrow against your equity in your home to purchase silver with a. Wait, check this one out. You can borrow against your equity in your home to purchase silver with the percent that silver is going up. That beats the payment on your loan.
Yeah, you can, but there's
Until
risk
that
to
20,
that.
until that 20 or 30% correction kicks in, then what? That's
Okay,
not
so-
smart.
I
so
know
here's-
that's just. I just. The goal is to get out of debt.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing. Okay,
So
it is a correct statement, right? If you can get let's say you have a
You-
3% loan on your house, okay, and you borrow money out of it, you go buy silver. Silver's gone up 120 something percent. Yes, you way outdid it, okay. But here's
Wait, let
the
me back you
issue.
up. Let me back you up
Yeah.
on that. You got somebody that's loaning at 3%. I'll sign up for that.
Okay, well, look.
yeah,
Okay, let me answer it another way. Anybody that's stacking silver right now that has a home mortgage is doing this already. Okay, you're already doing this.
yeah, yeah.
If you have enough money in silver to pay your house off and you didn't pay it off, you decided to stack instead, and you still have a loan, you are doing this. Now, it's a little trickier once you get your house paid off to then go
Yes.
and borrow against your equity to go buy silver. You're now putting yourself into a big liability. So it really depends on the percentage of your home that you own versus the rent, or not the rent, but the for example, if you just have 20% down on your house and you take a bunch of this equity out of your house, okay, and you go and put it into precious metals, be ready to lose your house if we have a massive dip and you have to come up with money and you get laid off from your job and all kinds of other
It's just a
medical
bad
problems.
idea.
Then you could
Big
have a
gamble.
massive issue. You lose your house.
Yeah.
If your house is paid off and you have enough metals to pay the property taxes, you are good. Like that's about as secure as you can get.
Yeah.
But I don't think most
Yeah.
people realize
I
that
mean,
if they have a
I just-
mortgage and they have metals, they're technically financing their metals still.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It's most people that are stackers still have a mortgage. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying you
Yeah,
shouldn't
they
do that,
do.
but most people do. And so it is an interesting question. Okay. So would you answer that differently for someone that has a paid off house? Or, what about someone that is in retirement? Their house is finally paid off, but they feel like they need to buy more silver.
I mean, I just feel like you just don't go in debt. I don't want to hold, I want to be out of debt. I don't want any debt. That's the goal.
So
Less debt is like he said, less debt is
that-
peace of mind. I don't want to owe anybody anything. I don't want to borrow money to buy metals. No, I don't think that's a good idea.
And most people don't know why they put us in debt to control us. So once you get out of the control,
Yeah.
part of why do you think they're offering 50-year loans on houses? They want us in debt to the moment we can start working to the moment we die.
Yeah.
And
Right.
what you do in between and how you invest and who you listen to and what you think is the right move. I mean, like I said, we're just one entity of life, and we're in all of us here. I can speak for certain for myself because we chat almost daily. And I'm gonna use an example that we just saw last night. That we went and did our melt. Then we went to the Irvine Spectrum, which is one of the biggest outdoor malls in here in California. Only Tina Boppers running around. I saw maybe 3 people carrying packages We walked into the restaurant. We walked right in, ordered, and sat down. We went to. I like Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. They make a great apple. So I said, hey, let's go there and go get it. I want to pick up an apple for the family. Walked in there, walked right up, ordered it, and got right in and out. No line, no nothing. And this is 6 days before Christmas, folks. I'm telling you, with using my own eyes and my own ability to know what Christmas has been like 62 years on this planet, I remember hustle bustle taking forever to park. Boy, we got right in, parked. I mean, there was no drama at
Yeah.
this big mall for nothing. So as a whole, I just don't think people have money as a whole. So for people to even
Well, I think they're doing a lot
even
of
little
online
bit,
shopping.
That's just about to say the same thing.
well, and that's,
Yeah.
you know, like I said, there's lots of, this is just a visual thing that I'm just relating to you.
It is
You guys
different
can-
now.
I think
you guys can take it for what it's worth.
I think
Yeah.
I think people are using credit because it's
Yeah.
you're seeing all these kids that I mean, look at how many kids nowadays what we didn't have that they do have, and how much money that takes to keep up with the Joneses for these kids. Cell phones, iPads, laptops. Parents are
Yeah,
still buying it
exactly,
for these
bankruptcy.
kids.
Yeah.
I can tell
Yeah,
you honestly, I grew up with none of that.
And yeah, there's
You didn't
and
have
we
an
grew up with
iPad
none of that, but
growing
no,
up?
my parents,
Nope.
no, but I'm just saying that. But
Was there electricity?
I had an Atari, but what I'm
Barely.
saying is that these kids have much more than what we had. They have
Much
these
more
kids
access.
have much more
Yeah.
than what we had growing up. But and people are still buying, even though the economy looks like it does, and they don't have the money to buy it. They're still purchasing it.
I agree, Nick. So here's my thoughts on this, guys. If you have a paid off house and you've got a couple 100 ounces of silver and you've got a couple ounces of gold, I think to continue stacking is a good idea. But to go pull money out of your house to go buy more gold and silver because you believe it's going higher, that's something you really gotta pray about that one.
It's
and
a-
you've got to
it's-
talk to your
It's a big risk.
significant others,
That's
and you've
like-
got to talk to your
that's-
CPA and all that stuff. It's a big risk.
That's like going to Vegas and gambling, in my opinion,
It is. Now, if
because you
Spinning the
just,
wheel.
I mean, yeah, I think it's gambling, and I think it's risky, and you
on the
may
flip side,
win.
though, Nick, if you have a mortgage on your house and you have a little extra money each month,
I
do think it's a good idea to start to create an emergency fund. To me, an emergency fund starts with $1,000. Okay, I don't do a lot of Dave Ramsey stuff, okay, but there's a couple things Dave Ramsey's good at, and that's the debt snowball, helping someone get out of debt. And then for me, it ends
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, he does that
Mutual
well.
funds, I don't like them. I
Yeah.
won't invest in them. He hates gold and silver. I disagree with him on that. And he also
I do
really
too.
wants people to get into just life insurance policies and then do creative stuff around there. And that's only good as long as the insurance company is still around. We have some big catastrophe and the insurance company goes down. You're not getting your life policy, by the way, guys. So the thing that I would recommend is cash. Have cash a couple months worth, maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months worth of your expenses.
I would say I think 3 to 6 months of your expenses just to be on the safe side. I think that's a good rule of thumb. I think is 3 to 6 months, and that's hard to do. I mean,
it's hard to do, and
for people
then
to do
having
that.
some constitutional or junk silver is very helpful if we get into a crazy situation. But I can tell you this: if tomorrow we wake up and the electricity goes off and it never comes back on, your silver is not going to really be used for barter for quite a while. People will be bartering with food and with supplies, extra shirts and pants and whatever, the stuff you need to get by for the day. It's not until society comes back together to where you start to barter, where you trust each other and you can create things. And your gold, like if you have a 1 ounce gold coin, you're probably not going to be using that for quite a while. So you got to have different products and things. So one of the things I like, I'm just going to go zoom in on OC Stackers here for a second. When you look at this, he's got a good diversity of silver on here. There's a little bit of gold in the back. But everything that's on this table here can be helpful, and each one of them will command a different price at different times. Like right now, it is not great to have like a Spider-Man coin that you paid $100 for. You're just not going to get a huge value out of that. That thing didn't double to $200 for you. Okay. It might be worth like $100 still. Had you taken that money and bought a bunch of generic rounds or silver bars, you would have doubled your money already. And so you got to look at the product. So if your product is down right now on the price, like pre-33 gold is low, some of those premium coins are low. you know, if you need some money, maybe you hold on to those ones. You know, right now, constitutional silver is not selling back. Junk silver is not selling back, but they'll take gold and they'll take other kinds of silver. And if you've got a bunch of platinum, people want the platinum. They're paying a premium for it.
Yeah.
So
you know,
you got to look at the
it's going to
different.
be.
Yeah, go ahead.
How about, this is a crazy idea, I know, but sometimes we can go without. You know, we can go without
You need
and
to learn
save
how
money.
to go without, because when it comes, it's going to be really hard for you if you can't.
But yeah, it's just like growing up. My parents didn't have the money, we weren't getting it. You know, and even like Christmas time, they had Christmas clubs. They paid cash. They saved all year long for Christmas. But we can go without, and actually, you know.
I agree, and so this goes along with what we were saying too, Nick.
Can you imagine no TV? Oh,
sorry, we got a lag, so I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I agree with you on the going without. Like, you know, the funny thing, a lot of parents buy a lot of toys for their kids if they have the ability to do it. But instead of doing that, if you just give them a box, especially when they're toddlers, a couple boxes, a spoon, they'll do more with that than they probably will with the toy, and they'll have creativity with it, and it didn't cost you very much.
Isn't that true? Yeah. And
they don't need the iPad. They don't need a phone. I mean, my kids did not have phones until they were driving a car, and they had the phone in case something happened. And then their teachers kind of.
Oh, my daughter was older too. Yeah.
So they were 16. Actually, they were almost 17 by the time they had phones.
Well, my daughter was in high school, like 9th grade, but you know, schools are almost forcing them to have cell phones now too, because it's like she had to have like, text.
They want them to text. They want them to use
messages.
Different software on their phone and all that stuff.
There's some states that have actually banned cell phone use actually in schools. I think Virginia is starting to lean on that as well too.
Yeah.
Not letting kids have cell phones in school anymore.
I personally, it was a rule for me that I didn't want her cell phone in class, so she wasn't allowed to do that. But you know, where it was helpful was practice for her softball, because she was you know, into so many different leagues. She could keep up with the text message with softball and ball, and know what time practice was going to be, if it was canceled, and so on. That was where it was most helpful. And they got a lot of their assignments on their cell phones, especially during COVID. So that was where it was helpful, but in the classrooms, they're not allowed so much.
Yeah, back in the day, when I went to high school, if you had a cell phone in high school, you were considered a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Funny outside.
Well, I mean, there was no cell phones in high school. You got a quarter to call on the payphone. You know, do you remember those? That's what and then there was a school.
And you know, the sad thing is we're actually in the Matrix, and they cut the hard line to every one of those payphones. We are stuck in this thing. We better figure it out now.
I think I saw.
You saw one?
Yeah.
Dude, the other day I saw.
Really?
The other day I saw a payphone, and I'm not even kidding, dude. Like the top of the receiver was busted, like it had been shot, like in the Matrix, and it was just hanging off the thing. I was like, someone died trying to get out.
So I mean, so I'm obsessed. So nowadays, I look back and been like, oh my gosh, how did I even touch those things?
Oh yeah.
My cell phone.
I can just imagine it.
Without these things, because I mean, everything I'm wiping down, like.
Yeah, Nick's got this big purse with the big thing of Lysol wipes in it, going around to the payphones. Okay, so change it up just a little bit.
No, they come in small packs now.
There you go. See, there's a payphone, guys, for you kids. I don't think there's anybody. I don't think anybody's watching this that doesn't know what those are, but I do want to switch it a little bit, going back to the debt thing, because there's a couple more comments that came up. Sorry, Nick, you're lagging a lot, so we keep interrupting you, not meaning to.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
I'm sorry. It's the storms and stuff, and sorry.
I know, but it's good to have you on here. So I wanted to address a couple of comments that came in here about the debt. There is good debt. There is bad debt. Okay. Bad debt is consumer debt. It's debt that is for things that you want. and even things you think you need. Okay. Good debt is debt that increases your wealth. Okay. So technically speaking, if you took out a loan to go buy gold and silver, you at least have an underlying asset. Okay. So it's not like you went and bought a car that's going to depreciate. You bought an asset that should be depreciating in the next couple of years. Where you run yourself into problems is if you can't afford to make the payment that you've just increased or created. That's where you run into the problem. If you have enough money to pay that payment, it's no big deal, and you've turned it into a different asset class. It could be
It's
okay.
no big deal now.
Yeah, it could be
It's
okay,
no
but
big
here's
deal
the thing:
now,
you got to
though.
look at it with your advisors, and you got to make sure it makes sense. If you're getting a new loan right now and it's like 7 or 8%, yes, silver this year outdid it. But what if silver has a pullback next year and you were planning on flipping it in 1 year? That's where you run yourself into problems.
What if they lose it? But there's so many what ifs. So what if you lose your job? If you could pay for it now, great. But you don't know if you're going to be able to pay for it in 6 months. You don't know.
And let's say silver goes down.
There's too many
20%,
what ifs.
right?
Right.
So let's say you take out $100,000.
What if there's a car accident? Yeah.
Yeah. Say you take $100,000 out just for round numbers, and you lose your job.
Mm-hmm.
You went and bought $100,000 of silver, and silver went down by 20%. So you only have $80,000 in silver now. You can't even pay the loan off.
What if you can't sell all that? Whatever. Yeah.
So you could run into issues. So that's one thing I wanted to bring up. Quick shout out. Thank you 9 for 9 for the 10 Stacking Surfer memberships. We are going to have a members only fun time tomorrow. And then awesome. We get up to 17,000. We'll do the Gold Toro on New Year's Eve. And then we are going to be doing a giveaway tomorrow for members. Memberships.
We should mention Heist tomorrow too.
Go ahead and do that.
Definitely.
The Yankee, does he still call it the Yankee Swap?
Yeah.
Christmas show tomorrow.
He does. They're just not doing an official Yankee Swap with it.
Yankee Swap. All right. So why don't you, Shawn, let everybody know about that? Because you sent in all the cigar boxes, and I have had some. I've participated twice, two years in a row, and you've sent me some boxes, and I always have use for them. They're nice boxes, and I mean, I'm talking nice. And that's one of the ones I have too. They're decorative as well.
Cedar inside.
And I love cedar. It smells so good. And then also that absorbs moisture. That'll take moisture. So you can put your coins in there and they won't tone. They won't tone because of the cedar.
There'll be a coin in each one. It's $75 a deal. We're going to give one of them away tonight.
77. I think it's 77, right?
Yeah,
$77.
Changing on the price, so I forget where we're at on that. But anyway, it's 77. We're going to give one away tonight here. We're going to do a couple other giveaways in a little bit too. What I did want to hit.
Heiss just made a comment. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Yeah.
Oh, that's
there you go.
The right one.
Well, no, he made a comment about the Yankee Swap.
Yeah, just a second. I got the wrong one.
There you go, and put it up there. Then that has all the information on there.
Yeah, there we go, guys.
But it's also it's a fun stream. It's a fun stream. We'll all be there. We'll be in the chat. I can't wait to pick my box because I do have one, and I've gotten one in the past 2 years in a row now, and all very nice coins. And I know these are going to have some special ones in there too. And it's a good time. Come join us.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. So
you could still participate. Yeah, let them. They know that they can buy a box, and if Heiss will put up there his PayPal information, send your PayPal information of $77 to Silver Heiss, and you can participate and get a box as well.
So Heiss, let us know how many you have left. I think there's like maybe 9 left or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think
we got a text this morning that I think 21 or so. Then he's doing 30, so I think there's 9 left.
I knew. I told him we were going to.
Okay, well, if
he was like, "I don't know, man. We sell these boxes." I'm like, bro, trust me. I'm about to send you some. I've been stacking for a whole year. I've been like saying I've been checking my list and looking at it twice. And this box is naughty, and this box is kind of nice. And I'm going to send all the nice boxes the whole year. And I'm like, you're going to get so many pre-sales. We're going to have people literally knocking at your door like Noah when the rain started flooding. Like, I need the box.
That's cool.
I need the box. Give me the box. So there's some really cool boxes that are there that I think that the community will really be happy when they show up. They're like, oh, that's a cool box. It's a cool box. and it's a cool thing to come
Oh,
to.
so I'm just putting it on notice that if he still has some left, I'm buying another one. That's how much I'm excited about this. I'm going to buy another
Right.
one if he has
Yeah, so
some
we're
left
another
over.
one.
So
We're doing one
Another
giveaway
one.
tonight of a box, and then we'll do some dimes for the other videos.
Yeah.
We're going to do one giveaway for members tomorrow. So you guys, okay. It's $3 for a membership. If you want to support the channel, if you want to have some exclusive content, we are going to be we do exclusive live streams. But tomorrow when we do the exclusive live stream before Heist event, that one is going to have another giveaway of one of these $77 boxes.
Nice.
And if you want one, I would contact Silver Heist. You can also find them on Instagram as well, but that might be a little trickier.
good for you.
Heist, if you can put
Maybe
your
have him
email
put
in
his
here.
email up.
Hey,
Maybe have
Yeah,
him
Surfer,
put your
I
email
put
in.
Yeah,
Surfer,
put his
I
email
put
up,
his
maybe.
link in the chat.
Okay,
Okay,
guys, so go to the link. So real quick, I want to get back to the debt thing because a bunch of people are going back and forth on this just to make kind of finalize the point out of here, right? If you have no debt, you have no creditors. No one can hold anything over you, okay?
Yeah.
And if you also have enough gold and silver to take care of emergencies, if you have enough gold and silver to take care of your property taxes, you have some cash on the side, you've got food storage and water, and you've got a skill set, you're in pretty darn good shape. You know, there's not a whole lot more you can do. So it is a huge peace of mind for that. Now, if you are out of debt and all of a sudden you have to go into debt because you lost your income stream or something else happens, it's also not the end of the world. But you know, you got to think through things, right? It can always be a hard decision. Do I take on debt or do I use all my gold and silver? Especially when that was your savings and it's kind of your lifeline. And I'm not going to tell you which way to go with that, but that can be a little tricky for people and you'll have to kind of figure that out as you go. And then I did want to put in here, let's see. So Victor here is saying, you know, he's got everything taken care of except for a small mortgage. I think that's how a lot of people are. And then once you get that mortgage paid
Yep.
off, that
Good for you.
feel great. So congratulations on that. And then
Yeah.
here we go, 37 metal. I've got no debt. I pay everything in cash and I don't have any credit cards.
Good
I
for
can't
you. Good for
I
you.
can't do my day job without credit cards. I have to book travel. I had to book a flight to Brazil and I had to book hotels and I had to book cars and I have to pay for fancy dinners and then get reimbursed. I don't get a corporate credit card. So I've got to have a credit card that has a pretty big balance or a limit on that thing. And then I get reimbursed. So for me,
Well, that's different, right? I mean, that's a little bit different. You're not really holding credit though.
You're not,
use
but
it, you paid off.
But I would recommend having a credit card for emergencies, just in case.
Emergencies only.
And
My
I also
husband
don't like
is a
using debit cards
banker.
at the gas station.
No,
they can have
and
skimmers and
we've
things like
had
that,
somebody steal our credit card number. But yeah.
So I think it's good to
but my
have some of
husband's
those.
a
But here's the
banker,
deal.
and we
You-
don't
Go
have
ahead,
any
sorry.
debt either.
So Nick, I saw
He won't
stats
let us
that
go into debt. I mean, if we don't have
Go ahead.
I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
I hear that you spend about 18 to 20% more on credit cards than if you did with cash. It's much easier to spend.
Oh, yeah.
She's like,
Yeah.
I already know this.
Of course it is. I mean, no, I didn't have this problem. No, we just don't use credit cards, but I could, if I had something, I could just go lay down and keep laying down. It's different when you have cash in your wallet and you're seeing how much you're spending, right?
Yeah.
Versus
Okay,
when
here's
you're just easier to just put a credit card down.
Nick, can you read this one for us? What are your thoughts on this? And then I want to get OC Stacker's thoughts. He's around still.
Okay. If you have a lot of money now, I'm trading school right now. I went back to school, and they do talk about this, about borrowing money to invest.
Leverage, yeah.
But it's the way that you do it. But if you don't know what you're doing and you do this, you could really lose everything.
You can't. So here I've got a little story for you. I've got a high school friend. Okay. She and her husband during about 2000, I think it was 2003 to about 2007, accumulated 100 single family homes. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And they were renting them out. Now, they could not rent the homes for enough money to cash flow positively. So they were losing a little bit of money, but the homes were going up
In value.
But
Yeah.
guess what happened in 2008?
The drop. Housing market crashed big
The
time.
housing market crashed, and so it unwound everything. They lost all 100 homes, and they filed bankruptcy.
That's too bad.
So
that's too bad.
It's okay to use other people's money. Robert Kiyosaki is right. He's wrong. What I like about Robert Kiyosaki's ideas around using leverage is that you can get wealth faster, and you can use other people's money to grow things. But what isn't really said and what's in between the lines is you never do that if you're not having massive amounts of cash flow that are positive above all your expenses. And even at that, you have to take into account how much you put down on a property, and you have to have reserves. So most people don't do this right. They over leverage themselves. They're key. And so if one property goes bad,
if you don't know what you're doing,
don't do it.
If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it, because they talk about that with investing too. They talk about borrowing and investing with other people's money or the bank's money versus your own capital.
But if you're savvy,
growing your wealth faster that way. But if you don't, you're good. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to lose everything.
Exactly. But if you do know what you're doing, like my family's in real estate. There's hardly a project my dad did where he did not borrow money for a construction loan or to run things. It was part of his doing
well,
business.
that's different. That's a little bit different. Yeah,
that's different.
But
so
that's different.
Running,
I mean,
it is different.
And also,
the lag. I'm sorry, guys.
It happens.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If it gets too bad, I can drop. I can drop down because we're having the storms. It's just keeping it that way for me.
Quick thanks to JT Coins for the super chat.
But I wasn't talking about investing within.
This back up on here to you guys.
Long time no see. So to go back with that though, I was talking with borrowing money and then investing in it within stocks, not just properties. But I was talking to some people do borrow to invest in stocks and bonds and
They do. So here's what I'm going to tell you guys. Bad debt is anything that is going to purchase something that you're going to consume and use. Bad debt. Okay. That includes a car. Okay. But sometimes the car is necessary for your employment. Okay. So what do? You don't go buy the BMW, the Mercedes. Okay. Even if it's used, they have more problems. You're going to be in the shop more. You're going to be in the shop more with it. But, and
it's not, and it's not American made.
Yeah, I'd buy used over new. But you got to look within your, I mean, heck, if you make $1 million a year, you're in a different ballpark. But, don't overextend yourself, but get a reliable car. At the same time, you don't want a piece of garbage that's going to be in the shop and break down all the time and you miss work and you get fired. So you got to be smart about it. But the good kind of debt is the debt that's going to help you, increase your wealth. For example, getting a home mortgage. Okay. Some people may say, hey, a home mortgage is still debt. It's bad. Well, you can have situations where when you have a landlord, the person sells the house and you're kicked out. And you got to go find a new place to live now because they don't own the home anymore. There's things like that can come into play. But anyway, this is the Silver Heist show tomorrow, guys. You've got the information at the bottom there. Look for it from him. I want to do a quick shout out to Ecoleaf.
Nice.
Hi, John.
Welcome to the channel membership. And then we've got Tiger Stacker did 5 gifts. I don't know how to even pull that up here. What was this one?
Tiger's a dude. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys, if you guys want to have, I mean, look, I don't believe you have to have a high credit score in order to show that you have anything for yourself, right? I mean, credit score is really more of an emergency thing for me. Having a good credit score is helpful if you have to get a loan for something. And it's also good when you're going to get a job. Companies do look, at least the companies I work for in high tech, if you have a bad credit score, you're not getting the job. It's part of the. It's
Same
part of
with my
the-
husband. If he didn't have a good credit score, he wouldn't be working in what he does either.
So some places you got to have it. Some other times it doesn't really matter. You know, if you don't have a credit card, you're doing all cash. You may not really care too much about the score, but it can come in handy.
Subaru Outback.
If you do have a credit card, you got to use them a little bit every month just to make sure that it's showing.
There's a comment right here. It says, my wife knows somebody who's worth a few mil and he drives a Subaru Outback. Now I'm going to tell you something. My husband always says, you can always tell the people that have a lot of money that come in the bank. They're going to be the ones that are coming during the day in the Hawaiian shirt, driving the old beat up truck, you know? And I guess it's almost like a new money versus old money type of thing. You know, old money, you can't, they don't flaunt money. They hold on to it, and that's
some people. They don't go look at the owner of the Raiders and how he looks and how he's dressed in the games. I mean, some people it doesn't mean anything to them. They don't really have to go spend that kind of money. You know, to me, if I won that kind of money, I'd be still dressing every day, seeing jeans and t-shirts, and I wouldn't go out maybe buy a bunch of cars because to me personally, just look at all that stuff is it's a big waste. It really is.
I think it's a waste too. Yeah.
That's what car I was driving today.
It's excess.
Oh my gosh, you guys are driving Subarus. I grew up in a Subaru. I mean, my mom had those back in the 80s. I'll never have another Subaru.
Yeah. I drive.
I was driving.
Listen,
I was driving my daughter's Subaru today, so her Subaru Outback.
Okay, Subarus are made for like for Maine. Subarus are made for Maine. When I first saw them when I was in Georgia, I was like, oh my gosh, what are those Subarus doing down here? My mom had one when I was growing up because it was the first four-wheel drive car. Because up here in the snow, guess what? We need four-wheel drive. What do you need a four-wheel drive for, surfer? Down there in LA on the.
She was going off road. She was going to school in Utah.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay.
She's come back. But anyway, I don't know if we'll keep it or not. But here's the thing.
In a car with the clutch. Also, I know my Subaru or my mom's Subaru.
This one's automatic. But here's what I'll say on all of this stuff. You know, what it comes down to is, you know, stacking, I think, is hugely important. And the reason I think it is because of the inflation, the dollar going down. And there's nothing that's really backing that in the country. So I think you'd be crazy, in my opinion, if you don't have gold and silver. I can't tell you guys what to do, but for myself, I would prefer having some gold and silver and some debt versus having no debt and no gold and silver. Okay. I like to have at least some emergency buffering for it. And if I can't make that work, then I would look at moving into a less expensive home. I'd look to getting a less expensive car, maybe going down from 2 to 1 car if you can do that, but trying to tighten it up a little bit on some of the expenses. But I do think it's important to have some precious metals around. I think you're going to regret it if you don't. And the reason I say that is, you know, I haven't made my prediction video yet. That's going to come in a couple of weeks, but I think silver and gold are going so much higher. And if you don't do it, you're going to miss that massive wave that comes. But I also would not recommend going and taking out a massive loan to do it. Now, I joke around that I want my wife to sell the house. We'll move into a tent so we can go buy more silver.
No, that is something. I'm sorry. I mean, I like to save money, but I would never. I mean, you will never catch me in a tent. So, you know, we have a lot of camping around here. So my daughter, my husband, everybody wanted to go camping. I'm like, okay, let's go camping. I always found a reason why I had to come back home that night, and I'd sleep here at home, and then I'd go meet them in the morning at camp. That's how you do it.
Totally. And so let's see. Okay, there's a couple more things to hit, and then we'll do the giveaways here.
Oh, see who's the SEC champions. Just FYI, who are they? Who are the champions? SEC.
I don't think it's Alabama.
No, it's Georgia. Georgia.
My wife just came out here and told me to tell you, Nick, that even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
I mean, seriously, you're kidding me right now? 2 years in a row, SC Sacker. 2 years in a row. 2 years.
The national championship is yet to be decided, so be careful.
Yeah, well, hey, SEC. That's just, you know, it's just better. So there you go.
We do agree on that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
asking you guys one more thing here. I think this is true. It goes along with what you were saying, Nick. You know, the people that are driving around in really, really expensive cars and living in a big home, a lot of them don't have the money. Now, at the same time, a lot of them do have the money, but you can kind of tell the old and new money based on that. But it also depends on the standards of people. Like here where we live in California, there are people that have a lot of money and they have McLarens. That's the car that they drive is a McLaren, and they live in a big old house. And it's expensive, but they own a lot of businesses and they have a massive amount of cash flow. They can afford to do that. You get into kind of
Until they don't.
But a lot of them are, 100 millionaires, stuff like that. They have a ton of money. Then you got a lot of people that don't have $1 million, but are acting like they have 10 million bucks. And you'd be surprised, the guys that have millions of dollars and they have no debt, they're the ones that are driving a car for 10, 20 years. And they're wearing the same clothes that are out of style, because one of the reasons they became wealthy was they were frugal. They didn't go spend all their money on themselves. It's in their businesses. It's in the way that they work and do stuff. And so it's always hard to do that, and we shouldn't be judging anybody anyway. But I just think it's important to, anytime you think, it's important not to FOMO in this stuff too, guys. Like, I wouldn't look at what's going on right now and say, shoot, I don't have these metals. I need to figure out how to get them at all costs. I better go take a loan out. Don't do that. It can get you into so much trouble.
No. So I just say that because my husband, he's been in banking for almost 30 years, and 2008, he saw all these people making all this money, especially construction, the sewer people that put in sewers. I mean, everything from construction, and making all this money, buying all these brand new cars, jet ski. They had so much money, then they lost so much money.
Okay,
within,
Nick, I got to go for you
a few years. Do I think that if silver will pop enough to get a small home? Depend on how much you have.
So do you think someone could put money into silver, that silver will go up high enough they can get a down payment on a house?
If they steady buy it, sure. Why not? Why not eventually? Yeah. Okay. Am I lagging a lot right now?
Right now you're okay.
Okay, because I was going to tell a story about my gold guy. So I have a gold guy, and he's really old, but he's been buying gold since it was like $300 an ounce. He totally lives off the grid, and he sells enough, and he's got all of his money, and of course he's got retirement and stuff too that probably goes into the bank, but all of his real money is in gold and silver, and he sells enough per year to live on. So he's literally his own bank. But yeah, so he could he pays our chiropractor with gold. So I think, yeah, eventually if you save enough and you have enough in reserves, you can buy anything with it.
Yep.
And I think, Surfer, you're a good example of that. You property taxes, right?
Yeah. So one of the reasons I got into gold first was inflation, and then property taxes. I wanted to make sure I had enough money. My house couldn't be taken away from me.
So I think it's totally. Can you imagine if you started buying if I wish I would have started buying silver for my daughter and putting it away a little bit for her, like when she was little,
Well, that
would have been 21 years ago.
My wife said I cannot give the kids more silver for Christmas, so they're getting more silver for Christmas.
Well, then there you go. My daughter has actually made her first silver purchase with OC Stacker.
There you go.
True story. True story.
And she was so excited, and she got a good deal, and she was really thrilled, and she hasn't bought any since, but she has some, and she was really excited about that.
Hey, and correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nick. I'm pretty sure that's doubled since she bought it.
It is. It has. And it was
Nice.
it was probably, I can't remember when she bought it. When did she buy it? It was this year though.
Yeah.
But if
it was
she
like
continually
30,
still
it was like somewhere between 30 and 32, I think. when she bought it.
I think
Okay, well,
maybe so. But if she continually was steady buying right now, she
But Nick,
probably could buy her.
what I wanted to say is, if she's doubled her money, so kind of going to this question here, it's possible, depending on how much money you have, we're expecting silver to double and then at least double again, maybe 3 or 4 times. We don't know for sure.
Yeah.
So the answer to the question is it depends, right? Your money's going to double in silver most likely. It's not going to double if you keep it in the dollar. So it's a hard question to answer if we don't know how much you put down, right?
Right. But I mean, steady buy. I mean, you could do it could be a great goal.
I would love to go all night, but I'm going to lose my voice and I'm probably coming down with a little something. So I want to make sure we do these GAWS for people to have fun here.
Nice.
Wait a long time.
Hey, 2 hours
hey, while you're doing that, I'm going to share a little fact with you guys. When I started buying silver with my wife and I when we were dating, it was $4 to $7 an ounce. So if I took the silver I bought way back then to the value it is today, it's 16.75 times since I purchased it. Just a little gauge.
Wow. You're so old.
I'll be 62 here in 6 more days. Well, no, 5 more days. 24th.
Oh, 5 more days? My husband's is Christmas Day. That's right. You're Christmas Eve. My husband's Christmas Day.
This is why we get along so well.
Birthday.
He always says, I share my birthday with baby Jesus. I'm like,
I refer to myself to the gift that keeps on giving.
But let everybody that statement. He says that. Nobody else. Only himself.
I really enjoy your husband. I thought he was going to join us tonight. What happened to that?
I think he's watching the game.
Yeah.
He's got his own hotspot in the other room.
Yeah, I forgot to mute myself. I ran into the house. I'm sure you guys heard the door slammed for me to go check the score. It's 27.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard.
All right, guys, here we go.
He was watching he was watching the.
Do this hashtag. Throw that in there.
Hashtag get it. Yeah.
Hashtag heistbox.
Heistbox.
So we're gonna run it. We're gonna run it 3 times today.
I think Heist should join the hashtag, and if it pulls his name, he should double it. Get in there, Heist.
No, Silver Heist. We still have that storm going on, so we have no.
You have to do the same thing.
Well, I bought enough to cover that, so that's okay. But I'm not entering. I already have a box. I want somebody that's in our chat, that's part of our group. It's more fun when like-minded people are all together doing this. So I think it's gonna be a good time. This is our 2nd year doing it. I had a blast last year. So
if you guys draw it, you're gonna give it away anyway, right?
Say that again.
I got a great coin last year too. It was like the coin.
I got a really good coin last year. In fact, thank you, sir, for picking out my box last year and got that Grammy of gold right there.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Oh, sweet.
That's probably almost double the price that you got that.
Yeah, buddy. So
here again,
that's what I want this year. That or the baseball.
I didn't hear you, Surfer. So whatever you said, I still haven't heard you.
Sherry Ward, do it again. The box with an eye on the end is not going to work. You'll have to redo that one. Yeah. So.
Wait.
That was Shawn's Christmas present.
Hey, Cashmere Fuzz! Yay! I haven't seen you in a hot
Cashmere
minute.
Fuzz, and I don't know how to pronounce what that name right there. But hi.
I can't either. You pulled the chat.
If you guys are in the vertical stream like this, watching us this way, move over to the horizontal stream like this. I'm not sure if it's going to collect from both streams or not. I don't know how that's going to work. This is kind of a new thing. We've got 128 people in here. How many likes did we get?
I think over 100. I think
over 100. Nice.
All right. Boy, how fun would it be if JT Coins won and hung out with us tomorrow night? That would be fun. JT Coins, if you guys haven't seen his channel, he makes rings. I know
They're
Surfer's
awesome.
gotten some. Great guy, great member of the community. So he took a little hiatus. He's back doing videos again. So I look forward to hanging out with him again. He's a good guy.
Yeah,
All right,
awesome.
well, let's see how many we got in here. Boom, we've got 40 people entered. We've got 125 watching.
Wow.
So you got pretty good odds. We're gonna do
Yeah.
we'll do the
2.5.
box.
2.5. That's like hitting a 2-outer basically.
Yeah, we're gonna do the box plus 3 dimes is what we're gonna do.
Nice. Are we doing the dimes first and the box last?
Heck yeah.
Nice.
So here's what you guys need to do. You need to email me. It's in the chat there, stackingsurfer@gmail.com. In the title, put GAW, and then put if you won one of the dimes or if you won the box. And then if you win the box, you got to come over to Silver Heists tomorrow and make sure that you're attending that, and we'll figure out what number you're at. If you win the dimes, just put in dime. I need to know your YouTube channel. Please take a screenshot like this of the screen. You can do that by pressing the top and the side button on a phone. If it's an Apple, I don't know what Android does to do a screenshot, or you can do it on your computer.
Power and volume down.
Yeah, power and volume down, and then send that in your email. And then I need to know your YouTube channel name. So if you send this, it'll show that it should. And then also your mailing address, so I can send that out to you. And then just know with the holidays coming up, it'll probably be early January that shows up. We'll try to get it out sooner if we can. Right now we're up to 49. We'll give it just another minute or two here. So,
Nice.
here's
The
the
ice
thing.
box will come sooner there.
Let's see. Yeah, if you win the box, come Saturday at 8. Yeah.
That's
8:30.
Eastern. 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific.
Can we post a link to that show in the chat?
I did several
Oh, you
times.
did? Okay.
Thanks, OC. That's awesome of you to do that.
Thank you.
And let's see.
And I think Heist is in there. If Heist wants to do it too, I think Heist is a moderator in here too. I think.
Maybe Heist can tell us too how many boxes are left.
I sent him 52, so you should have a lot, but it depends on how many coins he has for. I think it was about how many coins he had available. I think the original was to go for like 25. I think he's going to go for 30 now, but he might be able to, depending on what happens.
Well, that's going to be a
tomorrow.
lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of people there.
They might.
It's gonna
he
be a lot
might-
of
he
fun.
might have his first sellout. That's what I'm hoping for. That he sells all the boxes.
So he said
all
4
the-
boxes not sold, and I need to send him because I got another box, so I need to send him some money right now.
Sending the money for the boxes. Yeah.
Because I want either that baseball. Did you say it was a 2-ounce baseball?
I think it
Yeah.
is.
Surfer?
Yep.
Okay. And I
It
want the
is.
gold. So
You can't have it all, sweetheart.
And he's also got the Morgan and Peace reverse
Yeah,
proof
that's
set.
what I might have.
He's got some great
cool.
stuff.
Oh, that's
He's got
right.
a slab
Okay.
Morgan.
We hit 50.
Great.
We're going to start drawing now. So you guys
There it is.
got a countdown. 3,
3,
Good luck, everybody.
2,
2, 1.
1.
Hey, Dislogic.
Send it.
Spin.
And rolling the wheel. Send it.
Boom.
Push the
Okay, so the first three are for silver dimes.
This is for a silver dime, and the winner is
Cyber1777. Congratulations.
Very nice.
All right, where'd the mouse go? I can't even find the mouse.
Screenshot that. Take a picture. Screenshot it.
Yeah, go ahead and screenshot that.
And then send that with email to Surfer with
All right.
shipping name and your real name, and you're good to go. And the next winner of the silver dime is
Linda.
Linda
Bob.
Boop or Bob.
Oh yeah, Linda Bob. Yeah,
Love
from
it.
Michael
Nice.
Stacking. She comes in Michael Stacking's channel.
Oh,
And
I
Linda,
know
you
that.
got
Oh,
you
yeah,
got some
Linda. Oh,
cute
yeah, from
you got some
Michael.
cute friends there.
Oh,
Good
yeah,
looking
Michael
dogs there.
Stacking, Linda. Oh yeah, hey Linda, congratulations. Heck
Oh, cute pups.
Congratulations.
yeah, heck yeah, that's awesome.
All right, this is for the third dime.
Third and final dime. Going to channel member Kiko
Kiko
Serve.
serves. I like the
Nice.
upgraded logo too, by the way.
Kiko
Yeah, Kiko.
Kiko, are you
West Coast
serving?
connection.
Yep. All right, and this is
Yeah,
going to be
she's
for the
a
high
she's a buddy of
spot.
mine.
There's the grand prize for the big box draw.
And then the big surprise is tomorrow to see what you win.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
And the
guaranteed
winner
at least an
is-
ounce of silver.
Barbara Wall.
Barbara Wall.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Very nice.
So there's a chance for you to win a 2-ounce silver baseball that I think it retails for a little over $300. And there also is a gram of gold in there, and there was something else OC I thought was pretty good. I can't remember what it is
Peace
though.
to Morgan. Peace to
He
Morgan.
said the Morgan and Peace
Oh.
reverse proofs.
The reverse proof set, yeah.
Reverse
Yep.
proof.
And
Oh,
you're guaranteed an ounce of silver. So
Yeah,
you know,
it's minimum of an
that's
ounce of
winning.
silver. So,
That's
and then
winning.
plus you get to keep the cigar box that Shawn donated. Surfer and I, well, at least I know I am. I think Surfer is doing the same. He and I are both donating our cigar boxes back to Heist. Oh, you're not? I know
Oh,
I am. For people that don't get in or whatever, to be random prize winners for that stuff. So we got some other things.
oh,
planned.
that's nice.
And then if you're a channel member, we're going to be doing one right before that. We'll do a special stream. I need to see how I'm feeling tomorrow because I'm starting to feel like I'm coming down a little bit with something. So I don't know how long we'll do that for, but I also need to figure out how to do the members only stream. So what may end up happening is it may end up being a post, which I will do through YouTube to the members. I don't have your emails. It doesn't give me your emails. So if you are a member, send me your email. Let me know you're a member. Tell me your channel name so I can link it up and I can email you that way. But we'll also do a post on YouTube that will have a link to a Google Meetup if I'm not able to get it to set up through YouTube. If it goes through YouTube, then it'll give you a notification if you happen to be on or you have that turned on. So make sure you got all those things on because we're going to do one more box giveaway tomorrow. And if only one person shows up, then they get the box.
Yeah.
So that'll be the fun thing. And then we
That'll
are
be
going to do
fun.
a party on New Year's.
So wait,
Yeah.
Surfer, let me see if I have that correct. If Barbara doesn't show up tomorrow, are we going to re-auction the box? Correct?
No,
Should do.
If she
Nope.
doesn't show up, what are we
Nope.
going to do?
I'm going to keep the box.
Oh, there you go.
The-
Nice.
Well, I mean, I'll
see,
keep
they're
the box.
asking.
But if she contacts me, then we'll have a box for her, right? Like you get the GAW. But if I don't
I
hear
know how
from
to
you,
screen-
if I don't hear from you by the end of Saturday, like on any of these guys, if we don't hear by the end of Saturday, they get lost in the email. It's going to be a slimmer chance that you'll get the GAW. There's just so much junk email that goes through and all that kind of stuff. But you do need to claim within a couple days. Otherwise, it's hard. If she never claims and we have the box, we'll just do it. We'll include the giveaway as part of the New Year's thing. I got plenty.
See,
of
they're
gold and
asking
silver.
for
I
the
don't need GAWS. I don't need any of that kind of stuff. I always donate those things. I mean, when I did the stuff last year, I donated it to Shawn too. So, but this is what's going to be going for New Year's, guys. If we get to 17,000 subscribers, but before the year's out, Pacific time.
how many do you need? Okay, give me a number. How many do you need to get you there?
Let's
You
see.
need 2K
Less
and
than
change,
less than
right?
1,000.
And OC less than 1,000 OC, and they're asking for the link to where the link for the boxes are in the chat.
Okay. Let me see if I can go back.
So we need 831 subscribers.
Oh, that nice. Less than that. Though.
831 subscribers. Okay, by New Year's.
Before New Year's, yeah.
So
We're gonna do it.
So if I
midnight
just,
thing.
we'll just say I got you 800 people and I just shipped them all over to you. Can I just have the gold?
No.
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 Holy mackerel.
Well, one thing I'm gonna tell you guys is this. This is interesting. We have a couple channels that have they blew up because people from other countries. This has happened to, I think, 3 channels. They had a huge amount of growth in a very short period of time because people in other countries, specifically India, on the 2 of them I know of, that started liking their videos that they did their shorts.
Yeah.
And shorts don't really do much for a channel like this because you might do a few shorts, but you don't do very many of them. And anyway, their channel blew up, but it didn't help their bigger videos. And so it started to mess with their algorithm and it kind of killed their channels off. And that can totally happen. So you don't, I'm not like, I don't want to bring 831 people in that don't care to watch the channel to, I mean, I'm happy to give the gold away, but you want people coming in that actually love it, right? I can go buy them. You guys, you can go buy.
Well, I don't know other people from.
drivers.
I don't know
You can
people
do
in
that.
India, so I mean, I'd bring you Americans.
Yeah, they gotta be stackers. They gotta be stackers, or it doesn't help. But you can go to YouTube and you can pay YouTube to push your channel out there and bring people in.
No, that's not cool. That's just not a cool
It's
way
not how
to
you
do
do
it.
it. I want to do it organically. How I'm doing
Or
it is
yeah.
I'm going to people on X that I like and to YouTube. I'm having them come on the channel. I'm interviewing them. They introduce their people to the channel. Their people decide if they want to subscribe or not. And we're kind of helping each other out. That's what I found to be very helpful.
You have done very well with your channel, and you worked very hard at that as well. So you deserve all the subs because I mean, but you put a lot of work into it in the beginning. I mean, a lot of work, a lot of videos. I mean, it's takes a lot of time. Yeah. And to grow a channel like this, and it's not easy because if it was easy, we'd all be doing it, right? So I commend you on how fast and on how well you've done with the channel. And so yes, I hope you get the subs, and maybe we can get you there.
Yeah, I see. Look, I'd love to give the gold away, guys. I'd
love to grab it, and then somebody already voted. Steve said that I should just have it.
They're awesome. Okay, I'm going to show you guys 2 more things real quick. This is coming out on a video on Sunday. It's not going to be Sunday. So Sunday is going to be Rob Keent's interview. That's dropping. Tomorrow will be the members only. If I can get the video with Silver Heist done fast enough, I will. It's been taking me forever, but in that video, I'm going to show these coins off that are pretty cool. So let's see if I can. Let me take the virtual background out because it just doesn't work with this. Okay. There you go. There's my wall behind me.
Thank you so much.
This coin, check that out, Nick. It's a Mayflower.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
400-year anniversary. And this is the one from England.
Oh, that's gorge.
And then this one's US. And it represents the Mayflower too. And so I've got like this. There you go. Because it's US.
Flip it.
And so I've got 21 I think 21 ancestors from the Mayflower. So a lot of them were families.
I like the first one better. I like the England.
Yeah, that one's.
I've been to Plymouth Rock.
I did too. We're going to show you guys the video of Plymouth Rock and how massive that thing is because it's massive.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding?
Everybody thinks it's going to be really big when they get there. But my ancestors were the first man and woman to step foot on that rock, except that it's not the actual rock. But I don't want to crush anybody's dreams.
Yeah.
But it is pretty cool. I did get a video.
Did you go down to the harbor?
Yeah.
Did you go down to the harbor? You did? Did you smell tea? When the wind blows a certain way, you can smell the tea? Pipes.
Yes, I don't believe that. There must be a tea machine out there or something. I don't believe that.
No, I didn't. I'm teasing, but it's an old wives' tale that they say if the wind blows just right, you can smell.
There wasn't that much tea that got put down there, but the harbor is awesome too. But I did go down to get a little tour of Plymouth Rock, and we walked outside by the Mayflower with Silver Heist and his wife. They were awesome to meet me there and do that. And I'm hoping to take the family back out. The microphone didn't work the whole time, so some of the audio is missing, unfortunately.
Oh,
So it's why it's taken me a couple months to edit the video, because it's not like
There's a lot of history there in
I mean,
Boston.
I got to voice over the whole thing, which is not going to be easy. But I'm going to show you the silver coin Heist gave me. I'm going to talk about these 2 gold coins. We're going to talk about the Mayflower. That'll be kind of a fun one. So American history, I think, is fun when you, especially when you can link yourself to it, which is pretty cool. So look, this is
Right.
a fun
Well, I meant
shot.
Boston Harbor. I meant Boston
Keychain Coins
Harbor.
has been a member
Yeah.
for 24 months. Thank you very much. I hope the membership's been helping you out with things. Yeah. So I mean, it was the first 2 that were off, but 21.
How do you know for
21
sure?
out of how many came in on that whole boat? I had pretty good odds that it was one of my relatives, but it was cool. William Bradford's a great grandfather, so it was fun to go see the statue of him and learn a little bit more about it. But the town's really nice. It's a nice little quaint town, very well kept up. Pretty happening at night,
yeah.
so it was a good place.
What,
The only
did you
other
go
thing,
party? Did you go to?
No, I didn't go
Did you go? Okay, I was just gonna say.
no, there's just a lot of music going on in a bunch of different restaurants and
Yeah.
bars.
Yeah, it's a nice place. It really is.
But it was pretty cool. And then last thing I'll just tell you guys is we'll have some other fun videos coming up soon with working on getting Lynette Zhang back on. I should have Bill Holter on at the beginning of next year. He's got some pretty strong messages about what's coming down the pipe. And then I'm also working on the market sniper, so hopefully we'll have him soon. And then there'll be a handful of other people coming in too. So as soon as we have that, it's going to be really fun. And then we got OC Stacker's been a member for 12 months. But we're going to hit a lot of great stuff. And then if you guys enjoy this, put a 1 in the chat if you enjoy having all of us on here talking about this. We can always do this more often as well. So, my key is not to go, I'm not trying to be a journalist. I'm not going to go get everybody in the world that interviews on all these channels. I'm handpicking people I like to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little bit selfish on my end, but I want to ask them questions. They don't answer my questions in the chat. So the best way I can do it is bring them on the channel, and they have to listen to my questions. So if I can
That's
get
a
them
good
to do
idea.
that,
That's a good idea. And then they have to answer.
they have to answer. And then if it works out for them and they like it, then they can come back on. And then we try to get your guys' answers. Now, the reason we're not doing live streams with Andy anymore is they were not working. We were only getting like 800 to 1,000 views on it. And no new subscribers or anything like that, because YouTube doesn't really push live streams that way. Like, we're only having 122 people on here watching to 150 for the night, which is good. But my last, my video with Andy 2 weeks ago, Nick, 108,000 views.
Oh.
So compare that to 1,000 from the live stream. What would you do?
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, duh. I mean, it's like
you do videos. So we're going to have to do them as videos.
Yeah.
Now, if there is a live stream that you guys really want to be on with one of these guests, let me know and we can do a special live stream with them. I'm okay doing that. But
yeah, because sometimes the chat wants to, sometimes the people watching the videos want to ask them questions as well. And that's where live streams are, I like live streams versus videos, because I don't have time. I don't sit still enough to listen to a video. I'm sorry, I'm on the go. I'm sitting here now, and I can't. Once I get up, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do next.
We know what you're going to do. You're going to go clean.
Yes, I am. Because I got company coming. I got company coming in. I got cooking to do. I got cooking to do, because I was in Boston today, and I had an eye appointment today in Boston, and then we traveled back, and then had to go through the storm, and now we're still without power. So I'm like, I got lots to do. So I figured I'd do all my cleaning tonight.
Will you be making your shepherd's pie?
No, not for Christmas.
Well, that's what
my
Tony
sister wants. No, it's not either. He does not want that. It's his birthday, so I got to make him a red velvet cake from scratch. I mean, and that takes time. It's not like a little, I can just go buy semi-chocolate cake. There's tricks to it.
Is it true, Nick, that you're wearing a wig?
No. Why? Why would somebody say that?
Just messing with
you. There's okay, I was going to say, because there's no extensions, this is all me. Oh,
There
really?
was this surfer guy that came on the channel once named Doug, though. He had
Thank
pretty
you,
cool hair.
Victor.
Hey,
did?
Surfer, you interviewed King Kong, didn't you?
Yeah.
Someone in the chat, yeah. Someone was asking you to have him in, have you interview him, and I think
We've
I'm
got
pretty
3
sure-
interviews. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you who's already come. I'll tell you who's come on and who should be coming on because I've already talked with their team. Because I was just pulling this up.
Mhm.
A second here, guys. So we have had.
I had a haircut too, guys. 4 inches.
Your
Sean,
haircut's
how long
as
is your
mine.
hair?
All right,
Well,
it's pretty.
let's see.
pretty
Oh my gosh, it's long.
it's
yeah.
down there. Yeah.
Yeah, if I didn't
definitely
have
look
all
at-
the body, yeah. Mine's like
There.
to the way to like above my, a little
Okay,
bit above my
here-
rear end. Yeah.
Here's who we've had on. We've had
Thank you,
Lynette
Craig.
Zing.
Thank
So
you,
we've
guys.
We've had Lynette Zing.
Oh,
We'll have
thank you,
her on
Sherry.
again. Andy Schectman comes on at least once a month, maybe twice a month. Rob Keynes, he's dropping on Sunday, that video interview. Eric Jung, or he says you can call him Eric Young. He's King Kong. So he's come on several times. Kevin Wadsworth, we've had him on several times. We've had Don Durrett that does mining stocks. And I mean, that video is the kind of video that a lot of channels that do
Oh, Sal, you just had the recommendation of Sal. He would be
Sal,
great
right,
on.
Mel.
Sal would be great. We should have Sal. Well, technically, we have had Sal on when we did our video together. Nick.
He came on with us and he was a great guest. And he's hard to get because he's so busy. He's putting out 2 videos a day, I think. Is he still putting out 2 videos a day?
Putting out a lot.
And
So Sal would be great.
He puts out a lot of videos. Yeah.
Yankee Stacking, I'm going to do a collaboration with him. So that's coming up.
Oh, I see. I tell you my favorites are Silver Heist was my favorite, is always my favorite. And Yankee Stacking is one of my favorites. And I don't have many favorites.
We're going to do that. And then I've had John Eric. He does those, the aluminum boxes that hold coins and cash out of Vegas. Yeah. So we've had him on there a few times. I would love to get, I don't even know the guy's name, but the Tracks NYC guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That would be fun to get him on because he's just crazy. Like they're just handing out silver.
I think it would be fun just to go see. I would like to just go into his store and do something with, I'd like to go to New York and see him.
I'd like to get Josh Phillip Fair on as well from Scottsdale Mint. David Hunter's one that I may get on. Tim would be awesome, but that's going to have to be a Yankee call. David Bateman. The guy's a billionaire up in Utah that I know. I don't know if he knows me, but I know him. I'm hoping we can get him on. And then we've got a handful of Bill Holter should be coming on soon. E.B. Tucker's another guy that I'd like to get on. Most of you guys don't know. Rick Rule, John Rickards, Edward Dowd, Francis Hunt. We should be getting him on pretty soon. So he's the market sniper. Another good guy that I like is Joe Brown. When I was only at like 500 subscribers, I went to Vegas. That's when I met Andy Schectman, and Joe Brown sat down with me for like 3 hours and gave me all these tips on how to do a YouTube channel. And I think he's pretty close to 400,000 or 500,000 subs now. And then some of the other guys I'd like to get on, they won't come on until you're bigger. We might get Goldback to come back on, but they've basically told me they don't do anything with any channel under 50,000 subscribers. But
I don't understand that, but to each his own. I mean,
the chat's asking for Tim.
Yeah, you guys tell Yankee you want Tim to come on here because I could call up Tim and have him do the video, but that's like stealing someone's girl.
Well, no, go through Yankee. That just wouldn't be cool. That wouldn't be cool. No, it's not cool.
Yeah, whatever. He don't own him. He's his own man. He can't.
No, but Yankee and I are too tight on that. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't care. Yankees kind of guy that would be like, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna have any kind of like butthurt feelings because you took my
What's that guy
for dinner. And
no, yeah, That's not my style. I wouldn't do it.
What's that guy that Yankee also does a video with? And he owns a silver store.
Silver Dave.
Yeah, we might.
Silver
next time
Dave.
I'm
Okay.
out there, I might stop in
So
on Silver
listen,
Dave.
so I listen to talk radio, right? So Silver Dave up in my area has a commercial that comes on during Howie Carr. During every day. So I heard that his commercial. It's really a cute commercial, Silver Dave, all the way from here to Boston today. So
Yeah,
Silver Dave would be a good one to have.
Silver
I mean, a
Dave would
guest.
be fun to go talk to. But I will tell you guys this: I had an awesome. I think it was a 2-hour dinner with Yankee and Tim. And Tim
you did? I like Tim.
Tim wouldn't let me pay for it. Tim paid for the dinner, and
wow, so sweet.
For 2 hours, we talked geopolitics. Okay. Like, I didn't even know you could do that for 2 hours. And it was awesome. And Yankee was there. We had fun. And you know, it's a blast. The community is better than anything else. You know, the stacking's good. You know, to have wealth that is real is really good. But it's the community that makes this. You do not get this kind of community with the crypto business. It's just not there. You don't get this with people that are just looking to get into stocks and trade. Now you get maybe some of it with some smaller subsegments, but like in the crypto world, everybody's fighting over which token they think's the best. It's like all the gold people hating the silver people and hating the platinum people. Like that just doesn't.
Oh, really? Gold people hate silver people? Really?
No, that's the equivalent if you were in the crypto world. It's like the Bitcoin people are mad at all the other
I understand now.
people,
okay.
right? Or
yeah,
you're an XRP person, or you're a Dogecoin guy or whatever. You just don't get the same feeling with it with this. Plus, you end up with a bunch of really young punks. Like, where's Kenshi?
Well, with crypto though, it's more anonymous too, right?
Yeah, Kenji during this economic growth is he's MIA.
Kenji, you're missing the silver growth. So I really pegged that guy for a closet silver stacker. But the fact that he hasn't showed his face and the Bitcoin's been tanking and silver's been taking off, maybe he doesn't have any silver. Maybe we were wrong.
He's busy washing cars right now.
Oh, freak.
Hey, can I do a personal shout out for what's on my table? Because
Sure.
I just received this yesterday. And I showed it to Surfer yesterday when he came
Oh,
over.
I have a couple things to open real quick. Well, I was going to open something.
Well, while you're doing that, so I'm gonna try and get this close as I can. So this pour right here, I'm gonna use my pointer right here.
Here, let me zoom in on you. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so maybe I can pull it back a little bit so you can see a little bit better. So I went on a channel a while back. Gosh, I'm so horrible with names, but anyhow, FG Stacker, Cartier Silver, a bunch of guys get together every Sunday night, and I went on their channel, and so I'm not a hypocrite. I did make a year-end prediction of $61.75 on silver, which obviously that's been blown out of the water. But anyhow, so I told them my hobbies through all my whole adulthood has been cars, guns, and coins. So in that he made that custom pour. It says there's serial mintage 1 of 1. He did that for me on December 14th. It did that pour, so it's a Corvette with a gun, and then at the gun's tip, there's a stack of coins right there. So I just wanted to give him a shout out. You can see his chip and his sticker right there. And he's great for the community. He does a lot of help, a lot of work, and a lot of pours, and a lot of 3D printing for a lot of folks. So he also, that brass piece next to it is his tree of life in copper, and he sent that extra. This was part of a gift exchange. So I just wanted to give him a shout out. He did the above and beyond. I would never expect a custom pour of my hobby. So I was kind of blown away. So I just wanted to share that, just show you what our community's like as a whole. So anybody that knows or sees him around, he does great work. So I just wanted to show that off.
Okay, and then I've got a couple things I was going to show you guys real fast. OC, do you want me to open your thing that came?
Yeah, sure. I'm excited to see it myself.
You guys have fancy knives? I just go with the straight blades. It's cheaper.
Waste is out there.
probably should have these opened already, but all right, here we go. I don't know the way some people package their stuff. There you go, a blue envelope. So OC ordered this. OC,
Yes,
did you just order blue envelopes? What the heck?
apparently.
And there's a yellow, and then there's a yellow one inside. All right, guys, this is really cool.
So while you're opening that, they made this in 3 different sizes. This is the medium one. I already have the small one, and the large one is on its way. And Reckless Metals did this. They just do absolutely. I mean, look at the detail. You can. I'm picking it up even over to the camera here. It's beautiful. So I built a shadow box. Over the last couple of years, we lost my wife's father and stepfather. One was in the Marines, one was in the Marines, and the other one was in the Navy. So I got all their medals, I have all their pictures, and I'm putting all these silver rounds in a display in the shadow box. The shadow box is a coffee table that the whole lid lifts up. So this is what I'm building this, or it's a gift from my wife for Christmas.
Oh, I thought this was the GAW for tonight.
I'll take that. That's pretty dope looking.
All right.
This
If
is
OC is nice, then I'll bring this to him before his birthday.
actually when you get done, when you put me back on, I'll show you the one. I started to buy these, but the guy that he only makes one large, and the guy that
another
got
one.
it said I would get it after he passed away. So I had to reshift my thinking.
All right, so I don't know what's in here. I think this is from the Wounded Warrior Project. Yes.
Is there more than one?
I don't know.
Oh no, that's for you. That's not for me. Never mind.
Yeah.
Here
Nothing.
we go. Stacking Surfer. Sorry for the delay. I went on a family vacation right after the WP event. There you go.
Oh.
AG-47 Recon. I have no idea what is in here.
Those are the best kind. That's the best kind of mail.
I know. You guys,
Right.
it's fun stuff, right? So I personally, I have no idea what's in my stack. I don't even know what my stack is. I lost count. Ooh, we got some fun stuff in here.
So Rob's asking me how much is that piece weigh that I got, Surfer? 3.5 ounces, I think.
Like 3.4, I think it said.
Yeah,
right?
about that.
Yeah. So what did we spend on that? 300 and something or 400? I can't remember.
With
it
the
was like-
taxes,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
it came out to
Yeah,
about
they-
350 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the first one.
Steve Wood is asking for. Oh, he wants us to GAW. That's what it is. I go, wait, we already did the GAWs. Oh, that's the eagle that you were talking about. That you okay?
So this one's 3.54 ounces, and it's the first one, not the prototype. So that's kind of fun.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
That's an awesome piece.
I like it. It's got a COA in here, and from
That's from
Angry Warrior.
Yeah, Angry Warrior. He does fantastic work.
So yeah, he does really good work. I can't even get the magnet out of this thing. How do I get it in there? So that's going to go on the safe. So if you guys have any magnets, you want to add them to the Surfer safe. There's a magnet that's going to go on.
Nice.
So that's really cool. So you guys, look, the other thing I'm going to throw out with pours and things like this, it costs people time to make these. So
Lots of time.
if someone's doing an auction, you know, if you can be generous, it takes them a lot of time to do that. And you know, I see people fighting over trying to get things at spot like that. That's, I don't know, that's kind of a little bit messed up in my opinion. Okay, this is gold backs. So that was the other thing that came. So there's a half gold back from Florida, a 1 gold back from Nevada, a 1 gold back from Wyoming. Is that a 3? A 3 gold back from Florida and a 5 gold back from New Hampshire. So maybe those will be future GAWS, except I stopped doing gold backs because everybody complained. So I kept them, and I haven't really rebought a whole bunch of them yet. Okay, we got one more. All right. This one's from the Fulfillment Center in Irving, Texas. See if you guys can guess what's in this.
So on Rob's question, the piece of silver, the total, it was already poured and made, and someone had it up for sale on eBay. So we bought it through eBay and had them ship it, and we had to pay for shipping and tax. So that's why it was so expensive. So basically $100 an ounce,
What's that, OC?
Oh yeah, by the way, I did call the mint today, and they lost my order, and I now don't have one, and now I'm on the waiting list. And that's out of all the ones we've gotten so far, that's the only one that I really wanted, because that was going to complete my shadow box because I already got the Navy already, and now I don't have the Marine for. So I have everything except for that one for my shadow box.
Well, this is my second one.
No way! I thought you only got one.
Well, this just showed up.
Oh my gosh.
What,
you want to do some horse trading?
Should we give this to OC Stacker for his birthday? Put a 1 in the chat, guys.
You already gave me a birthday present already.
Fine, you can give me 2 birthday presents. How's that?
No.
No.
You know me, brother. I shy away from that kind of stuff. Obviously I love you for it, but that's too generous.
Look at this.
I'll put my birthday present, Chris's present up.
Look at how awesome that is. That is better than any of the other COAs that came with these, by the way.
Agreed. That is awesome.
The other ones were just flat metal looking. And
you're not gonna do that coin justice by showing on the camera either, because it's the privy mark that matters. And
we'll be able to see it a little bit. But there's the inside of it.
Nice.
And I do have a Navy and I do have an Army one. Those have both been graded. That is proofy.
Super shiny.
That is proofy.
Let's see if you can see. I don't know if it'll focus. You can tell it's a Marine privy.
Yeah.
The logo.
That is too awesome.
So I'm a big fan of a lot of these things, just from the historical nature of it. My birthday's next year, so for 50th birthday. So it's going to be fun to have a bunch of stuff that kind of commemorates.
So you're gonna be 50 on the 250th anniversary of America. Cool.
A few days after that. So anyway, that's what we got. I wish I had more platinum at this point because that's been skyrocketing. Oh, we want to show what you did get, right? Let's do that.
But I put it up on camera. Oh shoot, you can't see it.
So that Trump coin down there.
Yeah, And then the eagle that's in the middle, I tried to get all 3 sizes, and then I got 2 of them. Then there was only 1 large poured, and I reached out. I finally found out who got it, And he said I could have it after he passes away. So I abandoned that project and went with the one that you have. Hang on.
That's
Actually,
a
I have
little,
this.
it's a little grim to take something from someone when they pass away. So I don't know
There,
about that.
there's the small one right there. So I already
Yeah.
have that one, and the large one's on its way because one of my good friends actually won it and reached out to me, and he knew what I was doing, and he and I also horse traded. So I love this community. It's awesome. Did we lose Nick?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
she
like
lost connection. Looked like it. The storm took her connection out. She chatted in the chat. And I was looked at the thing. She said something about her connection.
Oh,
went
see,
out,
I could-
she had to go.
we could horse trade you this this Privy Eagle for one of your Eagle pours.
You can have the one that's right there. Yeah, you can have that one right there.
No, dude. So we'll talk later. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, look, it's fun. You have to, if you're okay. To me, you're not a real stacker if all you're doing is buying kilo bars, putting them in a safe.
Here, put me up. Show me up large again. I got one more to show. I just got this from Tuli.
There you go.
That's a Trump bust.
Who's that? Elvis? Just kidding.
No, that's a Trump bust. It sits up on my desk permanently. So that's a shout out to Tuli. She got that from SG Stacker. Poured it, and they held it away from me and told me they were having problems, and then they finally ended up shipping it to me. But SGT sent it to Tuli stamped. I don't know. It's if I can do that on the bottom on there. I'm so bad with these cameras. She stamped on their OC on there, which is right there. So I thought that was pretty cool.
It is really cool. Steve Woods had to run.
I've had a blessed Christmas, brother, already with birthday between the coin from you and the Trump deal and FG doing that pour for me. I know Craig Shelby loves that because he and I had the same hobby. So that's just the coolest thing ever. Let me see if I can pull it up so that Craig can appreciate it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's just really too cool. Just too cool. So that's a personal pour right there. That's I'm blown away. This whole week I've been blown away. So like I said, I count my blessings every day. We have a great community. Enjoy our friendship. Getting to know Shawn together, Nick, of course, and everybody in chat, Sherry Ward, Craig Shelby is phenomenal. Linda Bopp that's in there. There's a long list in there, but I chat with these people all the time in other streams, and we just have a good community. Like I said, I'm very grateful.
So let me finish my question here. Thanks, Sosie. And yeah, everybody, it's an awesome community. So what I didn't quite finish this, but if all you do is have kilo bars and you just put them in a safe and and you just go about your business and you're just going to plan on selling them, you're really more of an investor than a stacker. Now, Rob, that doesn't mean that you're an investor and you're not a stacker. You're on here participating in the community. So if you're in the community and you're part of it, you're a stacker.
Rob probably doesn't realize that I've been doing this since 1970. I've been doing this for a hot minute, dude. I've had my weight for a long time. Everything I have here is the spoils of just knowing people, participating in chats, doing collaboratives. I do something, they do something. I mean, this isn't other than there's a few exceptions. I'm doing something particular for my wife that I'm blessed with the ability to do, which is haggle, trade, buy the things I need to make this. This is something that no one's going to do for me. I can't walk into Macy's and go buy this. I built this shadow box by hand. I did everything. I went and bought the glass bevel. I didn't bevel it, but they did. But anyhow, I built it to something special for her. So these things I'm showing. I don't know how to explain it. Like I said, it's just I'm just I'm lucky.
So the way that I would kind of answer that too, Rob, is what I'm saying is if all your even David Bateman that just bought 300 monster boxes, and he bought, he's probably got close to $2 billion in silver. Okay, so he's now like one of the top 100 people or 30 people of silver stackers. Okay. He participates not on YouTube, but he participates a lot in X, and he's part of the community. He's involved. He's doing it. He's still a stacker. You're involved in the community. You're still a stacker. If you're someone though that's just collecting bars and you just put it in a safe and you don't participate in any of this, you're really just an investor. You're not really part of that whole stacking community. To me, the stacking community goes beyond. You can be I'm a trader. I do trading of mining stocks. I'm an investor because I also hold mining stocks long term, and I'm planning on flipping out. So this goes to this other question here. I have kilos. My kilos are not probably going to be held on forever, or my 100-ounce bars. Those are going to get flipped into real estate at some point. So when let's say silver goes really high, but we don't necessarily have super high inflation, it just becomes a more strategic metal that people, there's more demand for it, so it goes up. Bitcoin went from pennies to $128,000, and we didn't have 10,000% inflation. It's possible to have an asset go way higher and outpace inflation. So if that happens, I'll go buy real estate with it. Kilos, it just depends. I mean, I don't know the situation you're looking at with them. You can get them at lower prices when you buy them. But you also have to realize that they're going to be, it's more silver at one time. So fewer people are going to be able to buy a kilo from you when you go to sell it. A 1 ounce coin is going to be your easiest to sell. So you got to also think about, let's say, a kilo bar, if we get up to $500 silver, you're going to have a kilo bar worth $16,000, and it's not minted by a country. And so you could end up running into different tax ramifications and laws and things like that, selling it and reporting. So you also have to be concerned with that to a degree too. And so then you get people like, I know OC Stacker will say that's why I want to do 10-ounce bars, because, okay, well, what happens when silver gets to $1,000 an ounce? Now that silver bar is in the same problem. You're over $10,000. So, you just kind of have to be careful and watch it. So as silver continues to go up and get higher, I'm looking at my 100-ounce bars and I'm like, do I want to even hold on to those? But there's also the possibility of being able to swap those with someone for gold down the road, or for other things.
That's my exact plan.
Everything has a different purpose for a reason and all of that stuff, right? I mean, OC Stacker, you bought this platinum coin, not because you were looking for it, but because someone called you up and gave you a pretty good offer on it.
Well, no, I want, the reason I did that and focus on that, because I wanted, you and I can tell the story, because this is what's great about our community. One of our community members came up to us and said, hey, I have a line on these MS70 first year CAC last year, the coin being made. I think we had to buy 5 of them, and they knocked off $100, graded and ready to go. So we all did this. So this is a community reaching out to, hey, I don't know if you want this.
We weren't looking for it.
They
fell in our lap.
He came to us and we said, hey, because we helped him out in the past, and all he did was reciprocate back to us. That's what's great about this community. Just like when I get these deals on these 10-ounce bars, heck, I'm in those things, what, $6 back a spot right now. We're just lucky. And so I'm just showing you an example of just another friend, we met him through YouTube, and he's now a friend, and we're doing some more business with him probably here in the next couple of days, because he's a gentleman who doesn't like to carry paper. So he went and bought a brand new car, and we are purchasing his metals. So he has the cash he went and got the car, got the loan, and he can pay it off on his first payment 45 days later. So now he's got 45 days to liquidate his stuff, slowly go through the community to where he can pay off his truck that he purchased. So like I said, it comes full circle for all of us. He helped us, we helped him. Now we're back to helping him again. So that's how we got that coin. We got lucky. It's doubled in price since we bought it. When we get those, 2 years ago, year and a half, 2 years. So it's all been a blessing.
Year and a half ago. And by the way, if you guys are looking for silver or you're looking for gold and you want good prices on it, we come across stuff every once in a while, and we can beat just about anybody's price out there. But it's going to be whatever product we have. You're going to have to pay for shipping. There's no free shipping. We can't hold things very long. So it has to be a pretty fast transaction. But if you have interest in any of that, email me. I'm going to try to find some other better ways of being able to get that information out to you guys more frequently. The other place I recommend is Andy Schectman. If you're selling, you can reach out to us. We might be able to find a buyer for you at a good price. But if not, I think Andy's going to be one of your best places to sell to. He's also a great place to buy from as well. But it all comes down to it, to kind of figure out what's the best thing for you. Okay, so here's a question, OC. Surfer, you had said that you can get a silver at, it's not necessarily that I can get you guys silver at below spot. Oftentimes we have people selling at below spot. There's also costs that are incurred. We may have to drive to like an hour away to go get it. So we've got all the cost of taking it, 3 hours out of your day to go get the metals. And then you've got the gas and the wear and tear on your cars, plus the time. So there's usually some built-in fee to that. So a lot of times we're able to sell things at like spot price or a little bit above it. To sell back to people at below spot, we'd have to take it in really low. And we also try to help people get a better price when they're selling. So really, really thin margins to do that. But what I will tell you is there are ways to find people in the community that are close to you as you build a community that might be selling silver or gold. And, right now the going rate selling to a shop is way below spot. If you can buy a little bit below, $1 below spot for silver, you're picking it up a lot cheaper than you can in other places. How do you build that? Well, you got to build a network. How do you build a network? You got to go to coin shows, go to coin shops, get to know people in the community, get to know other stackers you find on channels that might be close to you and things like that. But you always got to be safe with any of this stuff, right? I mean, we're talking about money and wealth. Like I'm not worried someone's going to show up to my house and try to take a bunch of stuff. They're not going to find very much stuff. I mean, I have a few things out for our show tonight. But I like to vault. I like to keep it off of property. I think a lot of other people do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So it's not like if someone finds out you're a stacker that they think you have this big, massive of wealth. I mean, David Bateman doesn't have $2 billion worth of silver sitting in his basement in his house. Can guarantee that. It's probably stored in some big vault facility. So maybe in multiple ones. He just wanted to try to crash the COMEX. So he took delivery is what he did.
Yeah. And then, like I said, we're lucky. We have Chef Stacker LA that works with us a lot. He gets a lot of deals. So he's another in the circle that helps us get deals. In fact, didn't he just text us tonight? He locked in a bunch of 90%. Yeah,
I talked to him right before that text. So that's what we were talking about. Yeah. So I'm probably going to grab a big chunk of that. So we'll have some 90% junk silver if you guys are interested in that too.
Hey, Surfer, just to give you a heads up, my battery's on like 9%, so I probably have like less than 5 minutes on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna waste away here in a second too. We've gone almost 3 hours, guys. So,
oh wow, yeah.
I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight.
Has it been 3 hours? Good grief.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was 3 hours. Wow, my eyes have been like, I'm like,
I'm gonna go crash, and then tomorrow we'll do a members only stream before heists, and then
show all my trash in the background.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be fun. Yeah, I realized I had like 8% battery. Like, oh my God, I have 8% battery life. I don't want to just pop off again, but I want to just give you a chance to like, in case you lose me, like where'd Shawn go? You knew what happened. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, tomorrow will be fun with heist. So anybody that wants to come tomorrow, definitely check out all the information that we put earlier in the chat and stuff. And it's gonna be a good time. Yeah. Good cause.
It'll be really fun. And then just to answer this real quick, I'm hearing rumors that people can buy, junk silver $3, $4, $5 behind spot or back a spot. I'm not seeing it. I haven't seen any place that's doing that, but I keep hearing rumors of that. Now, we did see like Minute Coin did, I think, $4.50 below spot. On Black Friday, but that was a Black Friday sale. And, they had like $1,000 face and they sold out of it. If you're finding junk at melt, it's a good price. If you're finding it below melt, that's a great price. If you're finding it way below that, it's a really good price, but you're probably gonna have to buy a lot of it, like hundreds of dollars face or like $1,000 face
Or
to get
fake.
it. Yeah, or it's fake. So you got to test it all. You got to go through that. Personally, I wouldn't buy junk unless I'm in person or I'm buying it from a bullion dealer. That's the only time I would really buy that. And same with most silver. I'm not. When you buy something that's very small mintage, like something like this isn't going to be faked. No one's going around faking that stuff. But you got to look for it. So I don't know exactly what we're getting that one at yet to see where we could be at it, but we would probably be pretty close to even on it to sell to people.
Yeah.
So we're finding some deals, and sometimes we get crazy good deals, but it's getting harder to find the really good deals. We're just finding decent deals at the moment. But if you have interest, send me an email, and I can let you know what we're looking at, and then there's shipping on top of it. At the end of the day, it may make sense and it may not make sense. If you're local to Southern California, it makes a lot more sense because there's no shipping.
Yeah. Hey, I want to address something real quick in the chat with Rob too. He's been pretty active in the chat, and I see his last question. I wish you would go more in depth to teach us the inner workings of stacking gold and silver. Look, Rob, I think to spend the $3, become a member, and get the one-on-one with Surfer, I think would work to your advantage, even if you pay for I don't know what your levels are, Surfer, I'm sorry, but whatever the level is, why don't you do that? Have a one-on-one with them and get into
Yeah.
what you want. You can talk to them one-on-one and figure out what you need to do, what you want to figure out or learn how to do or whatever. It's money well spent. It's not like you're spending like Ninja where you're spending 50, 60, 80, $100 for a course and you get an email. Like I said, you're going to get on the phone and you're going to talk to them live or you Zoom or however you do it, Surfer. I don't even know, but
yeah, I just did a one-on-one
for-
mentorship this week.
Yeah.
And when I do them at first, so there's really three kinds. One is at $50, it's text messaging. You have unlimited text messaging to me. So you're at an LCS, you want to know if something's a good price, text me. I can't always get right back to you. I might be on a work call for like 3 hours straight during the day. But I am there. So that's text messaging. $100 gets you half an hour a week. See you, Shawn. But that starts off with basically, this last one, we took about an hour and a half going through things. And then there's one that's $200 for about an hour per month to go through and do one-on-one. But they're really just kind of arbitrarily set up because I don't know what your situation is. I don't know what you need. But based on what you need, we go through it. We try to figure it out. So with this other person, I'm looking at maybe helping that person start with their tech company to build a new app. I've built a bunch of technology apps. I've owned a lot of companies. I've done a lot of real estate investing. I do a lot of stacking, so I can walk you guys through that. We can look through financial statements, cash flows. I'm not a financial advisor or a planner, so I can't tell you what to do or advise you on it, but I can give you the tools to fill things out, and I can walk you through the things that are recommended to go do. So we do a lot of that stuff too. So if you guys want that, those are memberships. And there's a handful of levels for that. If you want to know my stock picks and you want to know what I'm doing with my mining stocks, then that's a whole nother thing, which is over on Slice. And that membership link is down in the description below. And that you can actually watch my trades. So that's pretty fun too.
Well, I just want to address with Rob. I'm spoiled. You and I get to chat all the time. We have a broad range of things we talk about. So, like I said, when you offered that one-on-one, I thought that was a great idea because I have certainly learned a lot, getting to know you and becoming friends. And like I said, I'm enjoying the journey. Like I said, this whole community and everything that's happened has been a blessing. So, like I said, I count them every day. So. I think it's money well spent, Rob. And I think that if you think that you wasted your time, that I would probably just refund you your money yourself. You can email me, and if you don't think it's worth it, I'd pay for it for you. So Like I said, I
There you
think
go.
it's that. I think it's that
OC
invaluable.
is going to be my customer service guy.
Well, I mean, you said it earlier in the stream that I watch a lot of YouTube. You are right. I watch a lot of people. The reason I keep coming back to you, the way you and I participate, it's never the same old beating drum. It's not the same old mantra. We're not pumping. We're constantly changing the content of what we're putting out. Not everything is going to be everybody's cup of tea, but this community is very diverse. I mean, look at all this stuff. If we scan my table, look, that's a widow's mite in that thing. There's a 10-ounce bar. There's a platinum eagle in a slab. There's a Drew Broofy in the background. Atmex bars. A tube of pennies that are 1963 that I got for my birthday last year from Deputy Gypsy Wolves, stack of quarters. I just pull them out because they just happen to be handy. The coin I just happened to pull out. Even I have to do bridge loans, folks. So I gave that coin to one of my friends to hold while I move some stuff around, and I said, "Here, keep this as collateral until I come back with your money." So and I just got it back, so I haven't put it back in my deep stack yet. But like I said, there's and here, look at the background. That's the other thing I was going to show. Those are all those tubes were all full of gold eagles yesterday. Now they're all empty. So we try to show just we're all very diverse in what we do and what we think is right. As a whole, we just want to help each other, and that's and I'll continue to come up with you when you ask me, and I'll share what my limited knowledge is, and I can share my path of how I did it, but what I did from 1970 is probably entirely different than what it is today. I wish when I was young, I had someone I could go to YouTube and listen to people like you and Yankee and Sal and, Rob Keens. I mean, I would certainly be in a much better position had I had that afforded to me. And everybody that comes on that pays for the memberships, I think it's, well, I mean, for $3 to get this non-repeating rifle, so to speak, and hearing the same mantra and the same pump, it gets old. I'll be honest with you. I can take it so much, and then that's it. I'm done. I've heard that story one too many times. I'm over it. And then I'm on to then I search for the next YouTuber that's coming up. And some are great, some are not so great, some need some work, but that's how we all learn. And I think a lot of these guys can learn from you, brother.
OC, those are awesome words, and I think the term I'm going to use is authentic.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, thank you. Yes.
I make good money from my day job. If I lived in any other place than here, I would have a ton of money extra every month to spend. I'm basically live paycheck to paycheck here because it's so freaking expensive in California. And yes, I know I can move and it would be cheaper, but I can't get everybody to cooperate with me. Even OC won't let me leave. So we're kind of stuck here. So, I started this not because I wanted to make money. I started this because I felt like I had bought too many coins that were not the right kind of coins to start with. And I wanted to help navigate and guide people. And I wanted to give back to the community because I felt like I should. I kind of felt like I was inspired by God to put the channel together. So what I do with this channel that's different than a lot of other channels is I'm on a journey as a person that's a stacker to better learn how to stack and how to do things. And so I want to learn from all the people that are smarter than me. And so I put a channel together, and as it got big enough, I spent money to go out to Las Vegas. I flew out there just to meet Andy Schectman with a 500 subscriber channel, and basically talk to him to see if he would come on for an interview. I just thought it'd be cool to do it. And he's like, yeah, I'll totally do that. And he came on, and I think our first video got like 250 views. That's it. And he kept coming on, which was very surprising to me, but I hit it off really well with him and his wife. It's helped me grow. I've had controversies with Ted Speaks. I liked Ted a lot to talk to and have conversations, but it went too extreme to the point where it caused a lot of issues, and then he got shut down out of YouTube. I've had a lot of other great people on here that we've talked to too, which has been great. So the way I'm approaching this is I have certain questions I have for all these different people that I watch on other channels. I want them to come on my channel so I can ask them those questions and get my answers. And because my primary thing is I'm a stacker, not someone that's trying to get views or trying to, you know, push an agenda, or whatever other people might be doing with their channels. I'm just out there asking the questions. And so that's what you're going to get with this. And I think it's helpful. And I think people like it because it's probably a lot of the questions you have as well that we're asking. So like someone in here said, you can easily sell kilos. Yeah, today you can.
Yeah.
But when a kilo costs $15,000, it's going to be a little bit of a different story. Unless hamburgers are $150, then it's then it might be the same. But
and what do we preach? What's your exit strategy when you start a partnership? What's the first thing you should talk about? How long do we going to do this? What's our exit strategy? Who wants to leave? Who wants to stay? Who wants to do whatever? In business, anybody that has done anything, I've been involved in one partnership when I had my dealership, and we did not do that. It worked out okay, but it's very rare because everybody's civil, and nobody wanted to take advantage of anybody in that situation.
Well, it's always look, you make your money when you buy stuff, and before you buy, you better know your exit strategy. Okay.
Yep. And that will change too. Like you talked about when we started this, neither one of us knew that silver was going to be at $67 5 days before Christmas.
Yep.
So, like I said, your strategy will change, but you have to have some kind of exit strategy, less mapped out, and then you should visit it at least once a year to reevaluate. It's no different than when you have a living trust or a will. You accumulate assets, you sell assets. If you have a living trust or a living will, or however you want to put it, you got to go, keep it up to date. So I'm going to point out one more thing I put on my stage. I forgot. I was hoping Silver Heist was still here. Oh, he is still here.
He's about to leave.
Yeah. Look on top of my bars. Silver Heist had some jewelry that they no longer wanted, and he and I struck out a deal for that gold bracelet. He wanted I did some coins to him, and I got that and a necklace. And my wife ordered that to a Christmas party the other night. But like I said, when people talk about confiscation, hey, Jeff, or OC, what do you do? There you go. There's a slip. I diversify. I mean, look, I have jewelry for my wife that I buy, and we, I think between the two was like at least 4 ounces or a little bit more between the two pieces, and we exchanged some fiat and some Eagles. And I just have more diversification. So that's just another way, just another avenue to do. Like I said, don't get pigeonholed into the Libertads or the St. Michael bars or the shipwreck coins or the pores, all these things, all these examples. These are things you do after you get your weight, and you get passionate about certain things. I like to support the community with the pores. I'd like to do deals with other people that say, hey, I got this. Are you interested? If I'm not interested, maybe Surfer's interested. Maybe Chef Stacker LA. Like I said, we know enough people that we can help people out if we're not interested, or vice versa. So anyhow, that's just another quick story.
No, I agree. And we'll end on this note here that Rob has in here. Gold and silver is okay. It's a tool. Okay. I can't eat it. I can't really wear it. I mean, you can wear jewelry, but you can't. No one's going to make a t-shirt and pants completely out of silver. However, if it has silver in it, it'll stink less. But it's a tool. It's something that is a medium of exchange, and you're going to use it. So for me, if you like real estate and you can create income from it, then yeah, probably at some point it probably makes sense to take some of your metals and put it into real estate. For me, the determining factor is going to be what kind of money do I get back from my real estate. If it's a stable coin in the CBDC, I don't think I want to do that. At least not with my gold and silver. I don't want to take it out of there. I would probably go get a loan, buy the real estate, have the cash flow happen, and keep the stable coin within the stable coin community of itself. And I'd keep my gold and silver out because I'm pretty sure they're going to turn off the off ramps to gold and silver at some point with stablecoin, and then it'll probably be more barterable. But if we don't have stablecoin, it's just cash, then I don't see a problem with that. But you're going to have what's called your deep stack, which is going to be the stuff you never sell, you die with it, and it gets passed to your family. And for the most part, that's going to be a few collectibles, and it's going to be a lot of probably just weight. And then I have other stuff that, like monster boxes of silver eagles, or just silver eagles in general. Those can almost become like great things for trading into real estate. Same with like 100-ounce bars, those bigger things. You're probably not going to show up with just a bunch of tubes of rounds and try to flip those for real estate. It's very cumbersome. You're probably going to be doing that with bigger bars and stuff. It's just easier. Like, does an LCS want to take in 10,000 1-ounce rounds and go test all those, OC?
Say that again.
Would an LCS want to take in a 10,000 1-ounce rounds and test that? I mean, how happy would they be to do that at a store versus if they're taking in, a bunch of 100-ounce bars?
Oh yeah, because the 1-ounces move.
They do, but
anything more than that is priced out.
I would argue the opposite. They'll take the 100-ounce bars before they take all the rounds. It'll take them days. Oh yeah, how long is it going to take you to go test 10,000 rounds?
Well, you and I both know that. Not 10,000, but a couple thousand.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, as an example, I mean, if you're going to go buy millions of dollars of commercial real estate and you've got a bunch of silver, you probably have a bunch of silver bars that you're using. You bought it really cheap. You were using it as an investment. You're going to unload that. That's the kind of product you would do for something like that. If you're looking to make smaller transactions, you've got the 1-ounce, the 1-ounce coins to go. But anyway, that's just kind of, how a lot of this stuff works. But honestly, if you can get 1-ounce rounds for the same price as a 100-ounce bar per ounce, I'd go with the rounds every time. Like OC is saying, it's easier to move them that way. But if you're trying to do big real estate projects like this, you really don't necessarily need a whole lot. And if the silver goes up high enough, you're not going to have to have a whole lot of that. Let's see. There was one last question, then I've got to go because I'm afraid I'm going to end up in bed for 4 or 5 days is what might happen here.
I don't think you and I are going up on panel with Heist tomorrow. I don't think.
No, but we'll see if I wake up tomorrow. Not that I'm going to die. I mean, I can feel myself going down. Like my immune system's like getting attacked pretty heavily.
I hope Nick is listening. I got breaking news.
Say it.
Bama just smacked Oklahoma around a little bit tonight.
There you go, Nick.
My neighbor who bought the silver for me, by the way, my two godsons across the street, his daughter went to Oklahoma.
Yeah. So. Well, congratulations.
Now we're going after the national championship.
Yeah, quality of large bars going to a coin dealer is not. It's going to be the same thing as anything else. You're right. They're just going to test it. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. The bigger issue is reporting laws and all of that stuff. I mean, one reason to have silver eagles is there's a chance that they change the laws so that the silver eagles are what is tax exempt completely. And if that happens, then silver eagle value will go way up because that's what people are going to want.
Yeah, they're going to be more desirable.
But until that happens, I wouldn't expect that it's going to make a big difference.
This is why when we talk and all this stuff, and we talk about the coin show that's coming up, I encourage everybody, if you've never been to a coin show, start going. It's just, find some people that you trust. If you're here in California and you want to come see us at Long Beach, obviously we'd love to see you. We've met quite a few. What count would you put on that? Probably at least a dozen folks.
Yeah.
Give or take, and find some. That's a great way to deal and haggle and get to know somebody that you might want to do future business with. Better deals. another way to do business without going through the big bullion companies and getting things on record.
Yeah. So you guys don't pay attention to the fake AI crap. There's no confiscation of silver law going on. I mean, obviously, if the country feels like they have to have gold and silver to survive, they'll probably offer you money to buy it from you. And if it's super desperate and you've got bad people in charge, I guess they could try to come and, take it by taxation and things. But to show up to your house and try to take metals from you and stuff, their databases aren't put together well enough to even know you own it in the first place. Two, legally, they can't subpoena things unless you have been in a criminal activity. And three, rounding a bunch of stuff up from people that tend to also be have lots of firearms would be really stupid.
This is no different than a gun show. This is no different than going to a baseball, football, Pokemon card thing. These are all hobbies and collectibles. We're in the same category. I don't care how you put it. I think that all of us are in the right smart category, and I'll leave that at that. I want to address Ethan Melton's question. Coin shows in Houston. Ethan, there's Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker. Go on their channel and ask them. They live there. You can. These are all things you can find this stuff out. You can go to Google right now. Coin shows in my area, and Google will know your location. It'll tell you where. I can do that right now, and my phone will tell me in California what coin shows are near me. But I already know what they are. It's Anaheim and Buena Park, and Long Beach. Now Long Beach 3 times a year. Those are our coin shows. So they're what another strategy that Surfer and Chef and I Scrooge said we can say his YouTube name. So Scrooge is another one of our friends that he's the one that got us the platinum coin. He's the one that came to us. Incredibly nice guy, doing the right thing with stacking, using it the right way. He's younger. I'm not gonna say his age or what's going on, but he's gotten married, bought a house, and had a kid all in the last couple of years. So he's well on his way. Great member of the community, and glad that he's in our circle. But like I said, you can Google where you live and find out if there's coin shows near you, or you can type in nearest coin show near me. There's ways to find out. I'm just throwing out Mr. and Mrs. West because they got their thumb in the pulse of what's going on in Texas, so I would imagine they would know. So
yeah, shows are good, guys. The big online bullying, places are reputable. I mean, what I have a lot of fun with this. If I had the ability to put more time into it, we'd have lists. I know Yankee's been working on a database of local coin shops, the good and bad ones to go to. Mm-hmm. And I think if you subscribe to, or not subscribe, but you're a channel member, I think you can get access to that list. I'd like to do, I'm a technology guy. I built like the first restaurant loyalty app on the iPhone. Picked the wrong partners and had to shut the thing, or I had to leave it, I guess. And then it died after I left because it was my idea and people didn't know how to run it. But, there's so many cool things we could do if I had full time to go do this stuff. I do want to make it easier for you guys to buy, sell, and trade. And find the best place to do it. There's no app out there that exists yet to do that stuff right, or website. You're kind of stuck just going to these different sites to go find things. That doesn't exist yet. Maybe we can build it one of these days. But right now your best bet is getting to know local community, coin shows, and then the big guys. But I better go. I'm gonna probably lose my voice here pretty soon. But I want to thank everybody for coming out. Look for a great video with Rob on Sunday. As long as I can talk, we'll do a members deal tomorrow. If I can't totally talk, then maybe we'll do the giveaway from just via a quick live stream. So we'll figure it out. Anyway, thanks guys. Peace out. Have a great night.
Take care, everybody.